Hello, gamers. uh,
What's up, gamers?
Thank you to Limcube for joining me on the show today. Um, it's shrine time, I do believe.
It's always shrine time.
It's true. It is always shrine time. So, we've done this a few times privately, where I'll just message you, and I'll be like, "Hello, do you want to talk about shrines for 3 hours?" And you're like, fine." Um,
No, that's misconstrued. That's not true. Like, I'm excited to talk about shrines.
oh,
I
that's
don't like dreadfully respond.
I'm sorry, I'm not giving you enough credit. Um, so I reach out and I'm like, it's shrine time, and you're like, all right, it's shrine time, and then we talk for several hours. But I think last time, which was like a few days ago, I was like, we should stream this next time. It's content, it's free content.
True.
So here we are. Do you want to introduce yourself in case anyone in my audience somehow doesn't know who you are?
That's certainly possible. I mean, I've been pretty inactive these days, partially thanks to our beloved Tears of the Kingdom game, which didn't really kept me as engaged as Breath of the Wild once did initially, which is what I'm probably mostly known for, at least as far as YouTube or my online presence is concerned. Yeah, I'm Limcube. I like video games, and I like probably overthinking them. And that's through different means, either talking about them or doing like all sorts of challenge runs and speed runs. Speed runs was the thing that I feel like I'm most known for, and specifically Breath of the Wild speed runs. I have like 6,000 to 7,000 hours in the game.
6,
Again,
7.
mostly speed runs. Yep, definitely intentionally set that one up. And I would say my most popular video is probably about beating all of the shrines in Breath of the Wild without using the runes. So that's already a shrine themed video. And then I think one of my other most watched videos, I mean, there's an 80% speedrun in there where you just beat the game, but another one is all shrines. So because I've speedrun all of the shrines a lot, I had to think about the shrines a lot. Sometimes in a speedrunning context, but obviously because you're in there all the time, you think about the shrines anyway. So I'm kind of like a shrine guy, just like you, but maybe offering a different perspective, because I'd say yours is probably mostly from just like a passionate player of the game, where I have that additional layer of the speedrunning mindset there.
That's such a polite way of calling me a casual, but I really appreciate it.
I mean, I was gonna say it. I mean, you can prove me wrong and do some all shrine speedruns, you know.
This will set the Breath of the Wild video back by 5 years.
Yeah, maybe that's not a good idea.
Thank you to Jotun Haber and Salami for the primes, by the way, and to Ali for the £2. I see you. So today we talked the other day about shrine quests, but today we're going to be talking about the shrines with stuff in them. And before we start actually talking about the shrines, I thought I would start by going over the criteria by which I think we ought to evaluate them. And you're obviously welcome to give your input if you think we should handle something differently. So the first thing, as across the board, is I'm evaluating these shrines. I'm ranking them using words instead of numbers, because I'm not sure how much I'm going to like weight the various things. Like, I don't know how much this part or that part matters, so I think I'm gonna say like, oh, positive or negative versus like 1 through 5. I think I can figure that out later, and that's subject to change. So that's why I handle it like that. So all of the ratings will be like by words. So I guess I'll hop right into it. So first, it's the entry condition. So like, do you just walk into it? Is there a shrine quest? Is there like a task that you need to do to enter the shrine that isn't a shrine quest? For example, the Thokeyu shrine, right? You have to light the 4 torches in the area with the Molduga. That's not a shrine quest, but like, you have to do something to get that shrine to show up, you know? Or like the Shodan 2 shrine. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Our minds.
No, I was actually thinking about that shrine because I was wondering how, because that's not a shrine quest, but it's still an entry condition. So I was wondering how you factored it in, but that's how.
Yeah, that's how. So that's if there's an entry condition that isn't a shrine quest. And then if there's a hazard, so like if the shrine is like in, you know, the Maw of Death Mountain or whatever, or it's like somewhere really cold. I just figured I'd note that. Right, Lano is like in the freezing river, exactly. So stuff like that. Yeah, or like if there's a sandstorm or whatever on the way there, it's also, you know. Similar shrines. is pretty straightforward. How unique is it? You know, like, I think I've actually done unique instead of similar shrines. Fuck! Okay, well, oh, well, hold on. We could just find and replace. Lol. Boop. No problem. Okay. So if there's no similar shrines, it means it's the only shrine that's like that. If there are similar shrines, it means that there are shrines that are so similar to that, you might actually confuse them for each other. Like...
And this is counting in both the entry condition or just the interior?
Both.
Okay.
So, like, I would say that Gihara is similar to Tokuomo because both shrines require you to roll a snowball down at a giant pair of doors. And, like, you know, there's a Rino Ya, which is very similar to a Shada Na. In fact, they're so similar, like, you know, what's even the difference? I'd also say, like, a Sadahaj, Tamul, Shemosa, and Rakuwag are all very similar. They're all, like, burn stuff. Kao Makag is basically just...
interior is concerned,
yeah. Kao Makag is basically just the Magnesis trial again. Moakit is basically just the Stasis trial again. You know, so stuff like that. If it's very similar to another shrine, or like the shrines with the scales, those are similar to each other. You get the idea. Then it's how memorable is the shrine. Both positive and negative, because sometimes you remember a shrine, but not because it's good. So
for sure, yeah.
If it's forgettable, it's forgettable. If it's very forgettable, you sometimes just straight up forget it exists. If it's positive, you like vaguely remember liking it. Very positive, you strongly remember liking it. Negative, you vaguely remember disliking it. And very negative, you strongly remember disliking it. Next is length. How long is the shrine? Is it very short? Is it like one room, one note, done? Or is it like basically a mini dungeon and everything in between? So there's very short, medium, long, and very long. A very short is like a Shagema or a... not Aquarium, the Dakako, like, you know, where it's one puzzle.
Okay, but that doesn't necessarily have to, like, weigh in a ton in the rating, right? Because there might be, like, a shrine that's really short, but really, like I rated highly.
Right, exactly, which is why we're going by just, you know,
makes sense.
by words and not by numbers. So then there's difficulty, which I split into two categories. First is how hard is it to figure out what you have to do? Like, is there a riddle you have to solve? Is it difficult to understand the task at hand? And then how difficult is it to actually do it? So, like, for example, Kyo Rug, it's hard to figure out what to do, but it's easy to put the balls in the slots once you know what you're doing. Whereas, like, Secret Stairway, it's difficult to figure out what you have to do, but then you actually have to, like, you know, have some clever applications of your stasis and your cryonis to, like, actually move all the right things into the right places.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is our ratings, which I've given them bad, like actively unpleasant, underwhelming, you know, boring or forgettable, almost good, which is like it has a good idea, but it's like too short or too simple, good, which is like it's fine, it's good for what it is, and then great, which is like among the best in the game.
Okay. I think you mentioned it earlier, but the last time we talked about shrine quests and we kind of rated them all in terms of their difficulty. How are you planning on factoring that in? If at all, or is it going to be a separate segment? Because yeah, it's part of the entry condition, but ranking how difficult a shrine quest is.
Well, we're talking about just the interiors for this. So like...
Oh, now we're just doing interiors.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll cross-reference, you know, with the shrine quest difficulty thing when I do my analysis and I sort of put them all together. But for now, we're just talking about the puzzles. Like, I'm indicating whether a shrine has an entry condition because that will be useful for when I look at them holistically.
Okay,
but I'm not factoring that into the
that
difficulty of the shrine.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, got you.
So, like, Vulota...
Which means that when we're talking about blessings...
we won't talk about blessings.
Basically skip over them.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And then that's... So, like, a Vulota is not very long because of the quest. It's short because you just drop down to the thing and you fly around a bit.
I'd say, yeah, maybe. I probably wouldn't call it... well, I guess, yeah, between short and medium.
That's not really like a concept. Well, we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah. Also, that ladder is that alone makes
that is a long ladder.
It might already make it medium.
That's true. Okay, so I think we should probably just. Do you have any objections or additions or anything you change about?
No. I think it's probably best to just go over the list, and if they come up there.
Okay, so start at the beginning. We're going in alphabetical order, so we're starting with Aquacoat Windmills.
Okay. Yep. For like people watching, I think it makes sense to maybe briefly explain to them where the shrine is to like.
I think you
bring
can
it back into memory.
You can do that while I fill out the data entry parts of this.
Aquacoat is the shrine that's basically inside Rito Village, sitting on that little stone pillar just outside of the village. So nothing around, but the one that's actually very close to the central pillar where like Rito Village is built around. Will probably act as the war point for Rito Village for most people. And the interior has all of these like propellers that you can interact with like a Korok leaf, I believe. Actually, I think there's switches there as well, right? It's been a while that I've actually done the shrine casually. But
it's not a Korok leaf, it's just
it's just switches.
Yeah. And they basically have a bunch of fans that are all blowing in different directions.
Yeah.
And you have to basically line it up so that you have fans powering each of the propellers so that all the propellers are active and the door opens, and that's the shrine. So, how memorable would you say this shrine is?
Do we have different? We had different categories there, right? So I can find the right wording, because I'd say to me it's somewhat memorable, but now we're just talking about the interior again, right? I need to be careful that I'm not being stirred too much from the exterior, because I feel like all of those shrines that are in important locations for your playthrough, like at a village, because you're going to be returning to Rito Village sometimes to like buy arrows or buy like whatever.
Right.
That already has like a stronger impression in my mind, but I'm just thinking about the interior. I think one good sign is, and yes, my opinion will be a bit clouded because I have done the majority of these shrines maybe 5 to 4 times casually, and then like 200 times with like a speedrun trick, which is why I actually forgot how to steer these propellers around. I do remember the puzzle. I also remember there's like a little puzzle in the back for like a shrine chest. It's like a baby version of it. But in the grand scheme of things, I'd say it's like on the lower half of how memorable it is for me.
And would you say you like vaguely remember liking it, or I would probably give it like a positive. Like I think of this as like it's pretty good. It's fine.
It's a fun idea. It's not like all the way up there, but I think I would agree.
So I don't think there are any shrines that it's very similar to. I guess thoughts on the main puzzle. I don't think it makes sense to talk about the main puzzle thoughts and the bonus chest thoughts. We'll be here for fucking ever. I mean, like if we have specific thoughts, I think we can.
Yeah, I think it matters for stuff like the gold shrine, like Miro Shah's, where the bonus chest is like notorious or something. But for most of the, maybe not for all of them.
Rito Village. Length. Say this one is short.
Yeah, not very short, but short.
Yeah.
I think is.
Difficulty, I would say, like in terms of understanding what to do, I'd say it's pretty easy. Like you see that you have these propellers and these fans.
Although, do you have like 2 lengths? Do you have 2 lengths above medium? You do, right?
Yeah, there's long and very long.
Because then I'm almost thinking about putting it in medium, because like the time, yes, it's like a smaller room in terms of sheer size, but I think the amount of time that it takes you to figure out how the wind gusts have to be arranged. I'm just thinking about like what shrines we'll later put in a very long category. And I feel like the difference between those and how much time you spend in a shrine like this isn't like insanely astronomical. Like yes, there's stuff like Kam Yatak, and there's stuff like probably Dakota and like the Blue Flame, which will be on the high end. But
it's just the one room, you know. Like, I think it's if it were like a second room that had like a longer fan puzzle, I would give it a medium. But I think
so. So very short isn't even like blessings are completely excluded.
Yes, we're not doing blessings.
Blessings are like even shorter than very short.
When I say very short, I mean like a Kima Zeus, where like all you do is put the fucking orb on the electric switch, and then the door opens and the shrine is over. Or like a Zalta Wa, where like...
What about Test of Strengths, by the way? They're also excluded?
Yeah, we're just talking about the shrines that have puzzles in them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, I guess short is fine. I guess I'm just thinking in my mind. Let's get there. Let's put it to short for now. I think it makes sense. I'm maybe thinking ahead too much. I'm like wondering what shrines will we even put in the category between medium and very long. But yeah, I think short sounds right for now.
Yeah, I mean, we could also get rid of the very long category. I don't actually think there are any shrines in this game that are very long.
Yeah, especially because we're not doing DLC, right?
No, we are doing DLC this time.
We are doing DLC this time.
We didn't do it for the shrine quest because I don't think those like count as like the shrine quests. I think like those are sort of tied into the DLC more than they are like if you're analyzing the shrine.
Yeah, but even then, I feel like in my mind, other than like Kami attack is like the one that comes to mind for potentially hitting very long, and then maybe Dakota. And then maybe some of the DLC ones.
I would say Kaokeo.
Yeah, true.
Let's get rid of very long.
Let's put this one.
Let's get rid of very long.
Oh no. Okay, whatever you say.
Or we can keep it. I don't know. Fuck it.
I was going to say let's keep it and let's stick with short for now.
Okay.
And let's try to not discuss the length of a shrine for 5 minutes on all of them. But it's fun. It's fun to like define some boundaries. Okay, so this is short. This is a short shrine. I forgot it's a short shrine. I think that's fine.
Okay.
There's a room. You do a bit of stuff in it, and then you leave.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty easy to figure out on account of like there's fans and there's propellers and you got to make the propellers go. I think that's pretty easy to figure out. I'd say it's pretty intuitive. And then the execution, I would say, is like
I'd say it's between easy and medium. It's definitely not very easy because there's much easier things. Requires basic competency. I like that as a wording. Requires some effort, may take a multiple price. I think it's almost fine to put it into medium.
Yeah, because you might have like some trial and error.
Yeah, you might mess up. Yeah, you might mess up. I think medium is fine. It's like a low medium, but it's not a freebie.
Yeah. Sure. Let's call it that. And how would you? I mean, I think I would give this like I would give this, in terms of rating, I would give this an almost. Or maybe a good.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more inclined for almost there. Just because of how memorable it was. And it was like my favorite. For me, it's an almost.
Okay, let's call it almost then. Alright, Burrito Nog, Canon. Tabantha.
Oh, okay.
Specific location, it's like south of like, where's the map?
Yeah, so this is the one that's south of Rito Village. It's the one where to even get inside you have to shoot like one of those platforms, and the platform becomes active when that heart-shaped hole in the pillar of Rito Village lines up with the sun in a way that like casts a heart-shaped shadow on there, and then you have to fire arrow the platform, and then the shrine comes up, and the interior is all about cannons. There's these cannons that you control with like bombs, and you have to shoot targets with them, which is pretty unique. At least before the DLC, it's pretty unique.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I feel like I should indicate when the similar shrines were introduced in the DLC, because I think that's definitely different. I would say this one is pretty memorable. I would give this one
for sure.
I would give this one a very positive.
I'd argue positive. Like it's something that most people remember. I'd say, but not probably in. I feel like this is the sort of shrine that's in no one's like top 10 or top 5, but probably in everyone's like maybe top 40 or something.
Yeah. I like that the target is like this is sort of like, it's not like Totco where you can use bomb arrows to cheese it, but like it's so far away you basically need like an ancient bow to do it, and also bomb arrows are expensive in this game. I think it's just like, is it one target you have to hit or two? I think I'd say my thoughts on this puzzle is that it's like pretty short and simple, but satisfying.
Yeah, I think for the actual, it's the same idea like Mirosha is like, for the actual goal to reach the end of the shrine, you just have to hit one, but then past the shrine orb, there's like another room where you can do an additional cannon shots.
Which I like. I appreciate when the bonus chest is like a harder version of the main puzzle.
Yeah, I agree. There's also diamond in there, but that shouldn't really matter.
Yeah,
I think for the rating, but it's a good reward, I guess. And
I'm trying to not think about the chest contents because
makes sense.
Though I feel, the giant ancient core in Miro Shaz is like, okay, fine, at least if it's going to be one of the most miserable quests to get, one of the most miserable.
Have it be something good that you get for it, yeah.
I would call this one short, I think.
Oh, for clearing it, it's absolutely short.
Oh yeah, sorry, my note. I don't know if I said this. Oh yes. If there's an additional puzzle to unlock the bonus chest, I'm assuming that you're doing that puzzle. So like for a burrito
then I'd say
nog, a Miro
short.
Shaz, I'm assuming that those puzzles are completed.
Okay, yeah, that's a short, because otherwise I would probably say it's very short if it wasn't for that. But with the bonus puzzle and the second one is obviously slightly harder, I'd say short fits for that too.
Yeah, and then for figuring out what to do, I'd say it's easy, because it's you shoot the target with the cannon. The difficulty of execution,
yeah, pretty much.
I would also say is easy. Like you do need to have some timing down, but like it's pretty simple.
I need to like look at the bonus chest puzzle right now.
I think it's just like similar, but the target.
I think there's like a second. Yeah, it's like moving, exactly.
But if we give windmills medium, I feel like we should give this medium as well.
Actually, I mean, I'm looking at it now. There's like quite a few targets in the way.
Okay, let's call it medium then.
I mean, medium sounds. Wait, this person was using bomb arrows.
Maybe my criteria for difficulty sucks.
No, I mean, I'm just thinking exactly, because it's the sort of thing where it's an easy thing to do. You just have to like throw the bomb in there and then try again. But it is possible to mess up. It definitely is.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say it requires some effort.
Yeah, I think
most of the shrines are weighted
fine.
towards being easy, so I think like the ones that ask even something of you are probably medium.
Exactly. I feel like hard is basically the highest it goes in this game, especially outside of for the execution part. Like, I think that it's fair to say that some shrines in this game have like a quote unquote very hard understanding difficulty. And there's people that potentially had to look up the solution. Kiaruk again coming to mind, or like some of the current electrical current DLC shrines. But when it comes to actually executing, I think it never actually goes above hard.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine to keep it this way and say Burrito Nog in terms of execution is medium, because you can actually fail it.
I don't have a very
Although
hard
actually, wait.
Out.
I forgot. For me, I would add very hard exclusively for some of the motion control ones, but we can talk about them when we get there.
Should we have very hard for understanding? I only have easy, medium, hard for it because I feel like easy is like it's very obvious. Medium, I'd give that to like the electricity puzzles where like you have to do the electricity, but like the question of how you set up the circuits is something you have to think about. And then hard is like there's a riddle you have to solve, or like it's.
I think that's fine too. There's not going to be that many that have a hard understanding difficulty, but there will be some.
Yeah, so I would give this one a good. Not a great, but I would give it a good.
Yeah, I'm almost just thinking that, especially obviously the DLC shows that there's like more potential with or not even the DLC, but I'm just thinking they could have done more with the idea of the cannon.
Yeah, I agree.
Do I think for the idea of Breath of the Wild it's good enough? Because it is too very basic. You just shoot a cannon into a target and it gets harder.
Yeah, okay. I hear you. So are you thinking more?
I think for me it's almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I have our ratings separate.
I don't need to sway your rating.
I feel like we're going to agree on most of them.
I like the idea of having it though, because there might be something where we completely disagree. I think the motion control puzzles are going to be one of those. I think when I talked to you about those before, we had different opinions there.
Yeah, I think I find them to be a little bit overhated. But I also can see why people hate them. It's Matt Runs in chat says, do you also consider the shrine quest to get the shrines? We're considering whether or not they're there, but they're we've already talked about the shrine quest separately in private, so we're not going to be talking about those too much. Okay, Bosch Kala. Classic.
Yeah.
Is it Central Hyrule
So
or
for people
Dueling
that don't
Peaks?
know, I think it counts to Dueling Peaks in
Yeah, it does.
like the speedrun categories and stuff. But yeah, so for the people that don't know this one, this is the one that most people will have encountered as their first shrine of the Great Plateau, because obviously the game kind of steers you towards going to Kakariko, and if you follow the main road, that will be the one you encounter. It's the one right next to the Proxim Bridge, like that first bridge, and the interior is basically teaching you how to use your paraglider that you just obtained. Because obviously people will have finished the Great Plateau, will have obtained the paraglider, because this is actually a good game that gives you the paraglider right after completing the tutorial, instead of having you go through the entirety of the half of the game world before they give it to you. And then the interior teaches you how to use like wind / these like turbines to use the momentum that you get with your paraglider.
Yeah, and I think the bonus chest is a nice extra. It's a cute little extra challenge. It's like in, you know, I think it helps you like learn how to time your glides. Like I feel like watching my sister play the game for the first time, it was fun to watch her go for that chest. Even though I think the reward is something stupid, like a traveler's claymore or something.
I watched Jarma recently fail that like many times. But I guess it is actually good. I remember, I think I failed it even in my first playthrough, because that extra chest pushes you a little bit further.
Bro, Doge said the Climber's bandana is here. This is fake news. Climber's bandana is in Rita. He's silly.
That is true.
It is true. So like, I'd say it's pretty memorable. I'd give this a positive. I think it's quite good for what it is, as like basically a soft extra tutorial shrine.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely memorable for me. It's probably you because of the location, but I think it's a memorable concept as well. They just told you how to use all of your runes. You just got this other new tool. It's like a tutorial for that. It does a good job at it. I'd say it's
not being intimidated by it. And I'd say length is short. And then difficulty for understanding, it's easy to figure out. You just go. Difficulty execution, I'd also say easy.
Yeah, this should still be easy. Even, I mean, people will be bad at the game when they get there.
Right.
But in the grand scheme of things, I'd say it's still easy.
Yeah. My rating, I'd give it a good for what it is.
Yeah, there's not much more you need to do. So with that sort of shrine, there's better shrines, sure, and there's probably shrines that I would think are better than this one that will be in the good category. But for what it's trying to do, it does its job well.
So also good for you? Yeah, okay. So, okay, haha, everybody, it's time. Everyone's favorite, Daka Tuz, everyone's favorite shrine, Lanayru. Where's the shrine? Everybody knows, Shrine Island. We did it.
That's the one.
We got there immediately. Everyone point and laugh. Okay. Entry condition, none. And then similar shrines,
Is it none? I mean, according to, well, I guess. I mean, I was going to say there's like two Lizalfos guarding it. I don't know if this is already counting as hazardous, but probably not, right?
I don't think so. I'm thinking more like environmental hazards, like sandstorm, intense weather, stuff like that. Memorable? I would say negative. I do not like this one very much. I don't hate it, but like...
Just real quick, we talked about the location already. It's obviously in Shrine Island, but just for people that are not familiar with the names as much, the Sunken Scoop, this is the one. You come in, there's a pool of water, and there's like an orb, and you have to use this magnesisable like bowl to scoop out the orb and put it in the right pedestal location.
It feels like shit. It sucks. Like, it doesn't suck as much of some of the ones that really suck, but... I'm not fond of this one. I'm always like, oh, it's this one again. Now, of course, I think my thoughts on it have been kind of influenced by the meme. But, you know, trying to focus on the puzzle.
Wait, I literally, I don't know. How do you even get the chest without the speedrun? Like, in the speedrun, we bump ourselves through the water to reach the room that's like behind the first scoop, and I literally don't remember how you do it casually.
When you drain the water out of the first room, you go back... You drain the water from the second room, you go back into the first room, and there's like a little secret passageway.
Okay. Yeah, we never drained the water, but that makes sense then.
Like, I'd say this one is also short. Not very short, there is a second room, but like, it's pretty short. Difficulty as to understanding, I'd say easy. There's a scoop and it's sunken, you scoop it. Difficulty execution, I'd say it should be easy. I think it is easy. Like, the magnesis...
No. I mean... You can think that.
You think it's medium because it's like the magnesis is like.
Well, no, I think especially because this is probably one of the. This is my own assumption because I feel like I've seen a lot of people do this early and not be immediately and not immediately figure out, especially on the second room, how to actually do it. So the only thing I'm potentially disagreeing with is the understanding.
Okay.
Oh wait, was there a very easy category?
No, right? No, it's easy, medium, hard for understanding.
Yeah, I would maybe personally put medium there. But you don't have to put medium in there. I'm just thinking about the shrines that exist. Like sometimes people forget that they have the magnesis ability. I'm not even kidding. When you watch somebody's like first playthrough, but maybe I'm giving them too little credit.
Yeah, I think if you can remember you have magnesis, it's pretty. And like, the name of the shrine is Sunken Scoop. You're gonna look in the water and you're gonna see, and it's got that metal texture that all the metal things have. And you've also scooped stuff out of the. Well, I don't know if you've necessarily scooped stuff out of the water before. I mean, probably you have.
Well, it's not even about the first room specifically. It's mostly about like figuring out that you have to like put extra weight onto it to make the button go down in the second room and stuff like that.
How did I label them? You have to think a little bit. Okay, you have to think a little bit. It's not immediately clear. Okay, let's give it medium then.
Yeah.
And then difficulty for execution, I would say either easy, probably easy, maybe medium if you're like bad with controlling magnesis. You spill the balls everywhere.
Yeah, I think the execution, like you said, once you figure out what you do, should be easy. It's technically possible that like one of the orbs falls out of your scoop when you don't have like that good of a grasp on the magnesis ability yet, but I'd say easy for the difficulty. Execution is still probably appropriate.
I don't like this one. I would give this one a bad, frankly. I'm not a fan of this one. I think this one's kind of ass.
Was it something between? There was something between almost and bad, right?
Underwhelming. But I don't find this one underwhelming. I find it unpleasant.
And why is that?
Because the magnesis, first of all, feels like shit to control, and like.
Okay, yeah, that's true. But you like the motion control ones.
No, I don't say I like them. I think it's exaggerated how bad they are. Like, I don't think they're good. I just think like people talk about them like they're like a crime against humanity, when I think they're like just kind of like mid or bad.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're bad for the non-patient people like me, where, especially like Zcarshaw, but that's probably one of the last shrines we'll talk about if this is alphabetically.
Yes, it is. In fact, the last shrine we'll talk about.
Okay. Well, I'd give it a. I don't even wait. So there was underwhelming, and was there something between underwhelming and almost? No, right?
No, it's bad,
I'd give this one an almost
good, and great. Okay.
Because I understand your point, and I think magnesis is annoying to use. It gets a bit better when you embrace, and I know this is going to sound weird coming from me, but this is actually one of the uses where I feel like motion control helps because you get to move it faster and it doesn't feel as sluggish. I think motion controls are bad at doing things precisely in this game, but they're still good at specific things. Like aiming is better with motion controls.
Yep.
And I think moving things around with magnesis efficiently is better with motion controls, but precisely maybe not so much. I appreciate the idea. It's a good idea, and it's not great, but I see what they were doing.
Okay, I see the vision. I think we can agree to disagree on that. I see where you're coming from. Okay, Dakota. I'm a fan of this one. Dakota is in the Wasteland region at the Great Cliffs.
Yeah. So this is the one that's like inside of a sandstorm, close to the
Eye of the Sandstorm Forest.
Wasteland Town. It's all about transporting like an orb, right? Throughout the shrine. Or is that only at the beginning section? I don't really.
Yeah, it is. You take the orb, and then you have to like make the platform move across the gap, and then you like take an elevator up, and then you like move it through an obstacle course. You have to like, there's like a floating thing where you have to like power this like chain of things to make the elevator move you to the end of the shrine.
Yeah. It's for sure memorable to me because this is definitely one of the
remember this one
longest
pretty
shrines.
positively. I say that it's in the Electricity family because it's very similar to Hawakoth and Dakochise and Keino, and I think that's all of them. Well, Takamashiri, but
yeah, in general, I'd say Gerudo shrines, especially when playing the game casually, are all pretty memorable to me. I really like the electrical puzzles or the electric family.
Not to get shitting into Tears of the Kingdom, but like I think it's so fucked up that despite all the building, you like basically never build a circuit in that game, even though it's like right there.
True.
Whatever. Don't think about it. Think about it.
There's like one. I don't even remember if you build a circuit. The one that's like it's also in Gerudo in Tears of the Kingdom.
The hidden metal shrine.
Yeah, I mean, we cheese it by throwing like a topaz onto the little glass thing and runs and stuff, but I think, don't you build a circuit there? Do you?
There are a few shrines where you like arbitrarily use one metal block to connect things, like the Zanmik shrine, the scoop it out one where you have to like make the wheel move, or like the Jenga shrine, you have a thing where you like have to get the metal thing off to move the elevator back and forth to get the orb.
Okay, I've never done that. I've always just grabbed the orb as the Jenga tower was falling, but like, sure. Okay. It doesn't get as complex as like the DLC circuits in Breath of the Wild, anything like that. Yeah.
What do you think of Dakota? I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I definitely think it's pretty good. I always appreciated shrines that seemed like a room of an original Zelda dungeon or something like that, and I feel like it does seem like that. It also, in some ways, I mean, obviously all of the shrines in Gerudo kind of do that. Prepare you for the Divine Beast. I'd say positive as well. It's not in my favorite shrines ever, but it's like a memorable, decent challenge.
Yeah. And then the bonus chest, I think it's like there's like in the elevator, you have to like go up.
Yeah, and there's also one where you just jump over from the platform at the very end that has like a radiant shield. Like instead of staying on the platform to be moved to the end of the shrine, you like jump off of it to reach like the chest.
Oh yeah. I don't have any particular thoughts on like the bonus chests.
No, they're like like the ones that I can think of here. They are very basic. You just have to kind of see them and get them.
All right, length. I would say this is a long shrine. Do we keep very long? I think this is long. I don't think it's very long. Maybe we shouldn't have. Yeah, I think we shouldn't have very long. I don't think any of the shrines are actually very long. I don't think it makes sense.
Again, I'd say
like if there are, there's like 3.
Yeah, but that's still fine, right?
Okay,
like
that's
I think keeping a category specifically for like Shoraha, Kamyatak,
Haokeo.
But yeah, this one I would put in long.
Yeah. Hello, Hamza. Hamza the Great has got the first person to get a bronze Skitty plush. Damn, already 2 to 3 months into the gifted sub. Crazy, the Shrine Week was already 2 months ago. Thanks, Hadokens and hi chat. Welcome in. Wow. We got a copper Skitty. If you continue to subscribe to me, the Skitty plush will start from a normal one, then become copper, and then silver, and then gold, and then diamond, and then rainbow. The magical plush. Okay, difficulty understanding, I'd say medium. I remember having some difficulty figuring out exactly what I was supposed to do with the metal cube in the shrine.
Yeah, at like each step of the way. It's never anything really complicated, but it has you actually thinking throughout the shrine.
Yeah, and I'd also give a medium to the execution.
Yeah.
Like you might drop the cube.
Compared
to
the other shrines
soft lock
in the game.
here. You can soft lock in here if you're not careful.
Yeah, and then I think at the end you have to like move like a metal block around while you're still on the platform, which might be more challenging for some. So I'd say medium is fine.
And then I'd say this one is pretty good. I think my estimation of this shrine like has lowered over time. Like I think I used to think it was great, and now I think it's like just good.
Is great like the highest we have for rating? Okay, it's definitely not great then for me. But it has to be good. Like, it feels bad to give this one an almost because it actually does quite a lot of things, like I said.
Yeah, I think among the electricity puzzles, the only one that I would give the almost rating to is probably Keino, like the power of electricity shrine, because that one's pretty simple.
What about Kemal Zeus?
Oh, well, that one's not a fucking. That's not a real electricity puzzle. Delusional cosplayer.
Yeah, that's fair.
I hate that shrine. I remember watching an interview with the Breath of the Wild developers, and someone's like, "What's your favorite shrine?" And one of them's like, "I like that one because the orb goes pew back and forth." And I'm like, "You and I have very different priorities."
The thing is, I actually like this one in the speedrun because there's like a couple different ways you can do it. You can just shoot like a shock arrow against one of the platforms and go through the door.
Electric weapon.
Or you can obviously just wind bomb over.
Yep.
But yeah, casually it's kind of weak. Okay.
Right. Daka Ko, stalled flight. This is right by the Bridge of Eldin, if I remember correctly.
Yes. This is the huge block that moves up and down, right?
Yes.
So again, for people that are not immediately aware, it's right at the Bridge of Eldin. You walk into the shrine, and there's this huge like stone block that basically gets like blasted up. And at least I believe the solution is to use stasis at the right time.
Yeah.
Again, it's been a while that I've done a lot of these casually.
Yeah, at the top of the room, there's like an electrode on the block, and then there's like a receiver on the top of the room. So you have to pause it at the top so that it opens the door, and then that's it. You just walk in. So it's a very
because you can stand
shrine.
on the stasis thing.
I don't have any thoughts on the bonus chest. I don't remember how to get it, and I don't care.
I think it might be under the big block, but
I'm maybe,
not 100% sure.
But you also might be thinking of Shot Gemma, which you have to get the.
Oh no, maybe it's just somewhere on the side of the room, and you're supposed to jump from it from the block. Yeah,
there's a bunch of those. I would say I have a negative association with this shrine because it's very underwhelming and boring.
Well, to me, the only thing that's impressive is like you walk in and it's like, whoa, like what's going on here? There's this giant block that gets like boosted up by those pistons, and then it's also kind of fun to like every shrine that has these, and I know obviously Tears of the Kingdom used this idea a lot later, where you jump off like a piston or like a moving object and you get to keep your momentum a little bit. So that's kind of fun. Like I think it's not negative for me,
I guess,
but it's also not necessarily positive. Like I wasn't like annoyed by it.
Okay, so maybe we could just give it like a forgettable, maybe. Well, I don't know, but it's not forgettable. It's just like whatever. It's meh.
Yeah, show me your criteria again there.
The shrine did not leave an impression on me. I sometimes forget the shrine exists. I vaguely remember liking it, strongly remember liking it, vaguely remember disliking it. I would say it's forgettable by this criteria then.
By this criteria, it's positive for me, but however you see it.
Okay, so
is your video?
I value your opinion. I would give it like forgettable for me and then positive for you. So I can give you some a blue text, and I can give me a pink text. Okay. Initial first impression can be fun.
Yeah, that sounds good.
What's going on here? Difficulty in understanding.
That's probably my reaction. Difficulty understanding. I think this is basically, it just goes just as far as Sunken Scoop again. You need to remember that you have stasis and how you can use it. But I actually don't think it's medium. Just because, again, for Sunken Scoop, I think it was more complex that you had to then figure out that you have to make like the scoop heavy to drain the water, and there's like more to it. I think it's still easy.
Yeah. And then difficulty execution, I would say it's very easy.
Oh yeah, it's like one of the easiest. You have to press 2 buttons.
Right.
Once you know when to press them.
My rating, I would say this is underwhelming.
It is pretty underwhelming. Like, they could have done one more thing. I'm just thinking if I like almost more, because I like the concept of it. But do I really? I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's just stasising something with some extra steps.
It isn't even really extra steps. It's like basically aren't extra steps. You just stasis the block and you leave.
Well, you have to like. I think one thing that might be surprising to people about it specifically and this is maybe overthinking, but there's one thing that you have to remember stasis, but then the things that you can stasis, I remember when I did streams for Breath of the Wild that people sometimes wouldn't know everything you can stasis. Like you can stasis those wind gusters, for example, in some of the shrines. People don't know that. And that it could be similar with this, or this giant block. Can I even use my stasis ability? Because I feel like you're just conditioned at this point to stasis like round orbs and maybe like a platform sometimes. But again, that's probably overthinking it.
And the name of the shrine is Stalled Flight.
Yeah. I can agree on underwhelming then. If there was a bit more to it, I think it's pretty solid, but I think that, I agree.
Okay, Dako Chisei. Outside Gerudo Town. Entry conditions, none.
This will probably act as most people's war point for Gerudo Town. It's a shrine right in front of Gerudo Town, and you have to kind of build a circuit on the ground by using metal objects that the shrine provides you, like metal blocks, metal barrels. And then as you go through the shrine, you have to build multiple circuits. At first, you have to get another metal block to be able to build the full circuit. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd say so. I definitely have a positive association with this shrine.
Yeah, same.
I'd say it's a fun circuit puzzle. You can, and I think it's a puzzle in the game where like cheesing it doesn't feel like you cheated yourself out of something more fun. Like if you drop your metal weapons, if you think to use the metal weapons in your inventory, like
makes you feel smart. Yeah.
It doesn't just feel like you ruined it for yourself. It feels like you like thought about another way to do it, which is not true of every shrine you can cheese.
No, not necessarily. I know that's kind of their vision, that they're saying as long as it works, it's a valid option. But I think the typical shooting a bomb arrow against an otherwise like tricky puzzle or something doesn't feel as satisfying as something like that, where you actually use the mechanics of the game, like the fact that your weapons can attract lightning and stuff, to use the physics engine of the game. I think it's a good one. The bonus chest is just like you have to like build the circuit a little bit differently or something. I think, right?
Oh, is that right? I genuinely I don't remember it.
I think it's just like there's another gate, just like where you get the metal box from. You need to grab the metal box to make the circuit a bit more intricate to then reach the. But it's just like an additional layer to it.
So the bonus chest
layer to the main puzzle.
It isn't really a bonus chest. You kind of need to do it, or okay.
No, you don't need to do it. It's just that you have to build a separate circuit. Like you do just another version of the main puzzle to get an extra chest, kind of.
Sort of like in Kyoryuk for the bonus chest there.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Length, I would say medium, I'd say.
Yeah, you'll be spending quite a bit of time there.
Difficulty and understanding, I'd also say medium. And then difficulty of execution, also probably medium.
I was gonna ask about that because like I think knowing what to do almost becomes apparent instantly, right? Oh, I need to build as long as you remember that metal can attract lightning or whatever. I'd almost argue it's easy, but then the execution in this shrine is very easy, right? You just move things around with magnesis, but it's also like, what do we count for execution and what do we count for understanding there? Like, is execution in this case using your brain to figure out the circuit, or is that part of understanding the task? Because to me, understanding the task is, okay, I need to build a circuit by moving magnesis blocks around. Or would it go to the extent of like, okay, I need to do that, and this is how I need to do that? Is that still part of understanding?
Sorry, I'm distracted by a message I just got that said, I told my father you were live, and he said the streams are not nearly as good as the actual content. So I said I was going to type it in the chat, and he said, ideally not. That's the concept of a viewer arguing with their dad about whether Skitty Bitty's content or streams are better.
Interesting. But yeah, so no, I was just saying.
Yeah, sorry.
Don't worry. The difference. What do we count towards understanding and execution? Because in this shrine, understanding the task is just I would say
understanding the task is understanding how to make the circuit. Like, it's not just understanding that you have to make the circuit. I'd say it's figuring out.
Okay, but also how to. Okay.
So
I think that makes sense.
Maybe medium understanding and then easy execution.
I'd say very easy execution then.
Well, you might have to,
because it's just
if it's just a question of using magnesis to move the stuff around.
I think calling it basic competency to like move around with magnesis active is like already too much. Like it is not nothing, but under your definition, very easy is not nothing. It's like basically nothing, almost nothing. Okay, the only reason I could say let's go to easy is because you can technically like shock yourself.
Yeah, well, it's also like you might. Well, I guess we're in the difficulty with the understanding versus executing here, because I think like, oh, do you use the big block here, the small block here? But maybe that's an understanding thing.
I'd say so, yeah, because that would be part of like understanding how to build a circuit.
Let's call it, okay, we can call it very easy then. When I'm going back and doing the holistic ranking, I can decide for myself whether I still agree.
Yeah.
I would give this a good.
Yeah.
Okay, down 3 boxes. That's gonna be Hateno region, the Lanayru Promenade. It's so fucked up that Mount Lanayru and the Lanayru Promenade are not in the Lanayru region, but are in fact in the Hateno region.
Yeah, true. So this is the one behind the waterfall in the Lanayru Promenade, for people that don't know the name. And you basically come in, there's a pool of water and like a button, and you have to move boxes around to turn on like an elevator.
I find this shrine to be pretty forgettable. It's like fine. Be positive. It's fine. I wouldn't say the shrine left most of an impression on me.
Do you have some similar shrines to this? Because I think in some ways it reminds me a little bit.
Well, what are you gonna say? I was thinking it reminds me of BotW. But
okay, that too, and also Qua Rame, I was gonna say in a way, because I know there's a scale on there, but for this one you have to like balance out, because you can use like the chests to press the button down instead of the boxes.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't think I would consider Qua Rame to be more similar to like Kamael and Yarin, because those are other shrines that have scales in them.
Yeah, okay. And then there's also this idea in there that you have to put the block on like the moving elevator and then put yourself on top of the block.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's not exactly similar. I think it's fine to keep it. It's like
I think the main gimmick is the 3 boxes.
Yeah.
Technically 4 boxes if you include the big box you get after you do the big puzzle with the switch in the middle of the room. Well, whatever. Memorable, I would say this is like kind of forgettable. I think that is my verdict.
I agree outside of the speedrun. The speedrun had some cool strats over the time, but that's not going to be considered for this. So for just the shrine, and especially the interior, because I think everything that's behind the waterfall will be memorable for the explorer in terms of the locations. Like, oh, it's a video game thing. Look, there's a shrine behind the waterfall. There was something behind the waterfall. People will probably remember finding the shrine, but then forget what's inside it.
Right, because it's so mid. Main puzzle
I think it's fair.
Mid. Bonus chest thoughts, they're part of the puzzle. They're not really bonus chests. I think is a cool use of the chests is to like, maybe you don't think to use them, but then the shrine is called 3 boxes, so you look around and there's 3 boxes.
Right.
Length, short. Not very short, because you have the 2 steps. You have to do the big switch, and then if the big switch opened the door to the monk, it would be very short. But because it gets the thing you have to put on the elevator, I'd call it short and not very short. Difficulty for understanding, I would say easy. It would probably be harder if the shrine was not literally called 3 boxes.
Yeah, I don't know how this is like translated, because that's the only thing I could think of that somebody is like immediately picking up, like they think of boxes as
Yeah.
the metal box or the box moving, but not as treasure chests. They don't think of those as boxes, but I think that's a cop out. I'd say.
Am I much quieter than you? I'm looking at the audio readout. Chatters, am I much quieter than Limcube? It's looking like I'm a little quiet. Well, what is it? Hang on, let me take a peek at what it's called in the original Japanese. Down-Naya Shrine. Let's take a peek. Nomenclature. Oh, that's not the... It's only got the name of the actual shrine. It does not have the interior name.
Yeah, again, I think that it's not... It's probably going to be some sort of hint as well.
Yeah.
And I think if you go by the definition, I believe this is another shrine that you can technically cheese by putting down like a bunch of weapons on the button.
Oh, that's right.
So that would be an upside then in this sense, because again, you're using the game mechanics by like putting down weight onto the button. It would probably feel worse in this shrine because the idea is to use the 3 boxes. I'd say execution is definitely easy. I was only thinking about... It's between easy and very easy again. Because this is essentially, in terms of execution, you do the same thing that you do in Dark Cheese, only that this time you can't get shocked. Right? One of the chests is like underwater. For one, you have to shoot 2, like you have to shoot the ropes down. And I don't actually remember where the third one is.
I think it's like just there.
It's just there.
Maybe? I don't know. It's I guess that's why it's forgettable.
Yeah.
I would call this one underwhelming.
Wait, I'm looking at it right now. There's one underwater, and you shoot the arrows. Oh, and then the third one is like on the platform already. Oh, the third one is already like on the elevator. Yeah, I mean, I definitely say very easy then. Okay. I was just looking at the footage of the shrine again.
Yeah,
For
no
the
worries.
rating, I agree. Like I already said, if I'm not using speed running stuff, which I'm not going to for this specifically, then I'd say underwhelming.
All right, next up is Dunbatog, which is in the Hebra region at the bottom of Tanagar Canyon. Apparently, it's in the Hebra region. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Oh, this is the first I'm hearing of it. Oh, I guess it is. Yeah. Okay, I see the vision.
The Hebra Tower is like pretty close to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Just explaining it again, this is basically the canyon where you will usually find Dinral flying around, and it's tucked away in that corner. Kind of hard to see, but the shrine sensor will probably clue you into it eventually.
I would say the shrine is pretty similar to the Gino shrine. I always consider these to be like sister shrines. Because they're both like momentum themed. Maybe not, I don't know, maybe you disagree with that.
Wait, is Gino not the one where you have to like be on like the conveyor belts?
Yeah, it is. Maybe they're not that similar then. Maybe I think it's also because they're both in canyons. They have similar vibes, but I guess they're probably not that similar in terms of their content. Memorable, I would say this one is pretty forgettable. The main puzzle thoughts, just like you use stasis to knock things over. Like first, I think you use stasis. Yeah,
you use like a little rail basically for the orb to hit like a switch.
Yeah, you like stop. There's like a gear that's spinning, and you have to stop it so that the orb goes up the ramp and hits the switch, which then opens the door. And then you go in to the big room, and then there's like a smorgasbord of various mid puzzles. One of them's for the bonus chest. Two of them are. I think there's 2 bonus chests. One of them's got a big orb that you have to do something with. One of them you just have to fire these like stone barrels at a switch that's behind some blocks. But then the only thing you actually have to do to beat the shrine is to knock over a big slab by firing barrels into it.
Yeah. All bomb barrels, but the shrine wants to use barrels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess It is a bit memorable for me because figuring out or like using it's at least fun in my opinion to use stasis to like hit the board and have that like fall over. But if you really think about it, if you really look at it, it's nothing that stand out-ish.
I would say this is probably a medium length shrine. So yeah, if there's long,
no, I think that fits.
If there's long and very long, this is definitely a medium because like you have to, you know, there's a bunch of other shit you can do for the stuff, and we're assuming you're doing that.
Yeah, in that case, I agree with medium for sure.
So I think understanding is pretty easy. You just use stasis. Well, I don't know, maybe medium, because you might not...
Yeah, I'd say medium, because I talked about this the other day as well, like, using stasis and then actually charging up the object casually is something you don't actually use that much. I forgot about this being a thing, for example, for the Toyasa shrine. We'll talk about later, like the Trident of Thunder, where you like use that on the orbs.
We'll get to that today.
Yeah, at this point, I'm not sure. But...
we've been live for an hour. We've talked about like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shrines.
How many puzzle shrines is there in this game? Like not
including
lot. Blessings and
there's 29. Like... There's 29 blessings, 21 tests of strength, so like 90.
Okay. Wait, what? No, this game is not 20 shrines. Oh wait,
136 counting DLC.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot we're including DLC. Well, we'll see what we can do.
Mario Party 8 in chat says Mario Party 8.
I don't know if I ever played Mario Party 8.
Their username is Mario Party 8 and they just said Mario Party 8.
That's crazy. Is it considered a good Mario Party game that you make your entire like online persona around the game?
You know, I'm not sure. I mean, it was my like childhood Mario Party game because I had a Wii.
Oh, okay.
But you know, I assume there's probably many other people who were born between the years of like 2001 and 2006 who really like Mario Party 8.
I'm sure there's.
Difficulty in terms of execution, I'd say easy. Basic competency with stasis is required. Well, if you want to get the chest, it might take you a few tries to like launch the barrel just right.
Yeah, to hit the button. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd say medium. It's only because of that part.
I'd call this one maybe I'll call this one an almost. I think if it was a little more focused, if it was more like a Kamiya talk, and less of like an open floor plan bullshit where all of the tasks are like kind of related but not really. I give this one an almost.
Yeah. Okay. I agree. I feel like it's only for the slab for me because again, it's like a satisfying use of stasis and then satisfying payoff. I can agree on almost.
Okay, Etsu Korima, the Path of Light. I love this shrine. I shouldn't. It's just okay. It's kind of mid, but I love it. On Mount Hylia.
Yeah, this is the one of obliterator shrine where everything's dark.
It's the dark shrine. Main puzzle thoughts. It's dark in here, and I love how this interior looks.
Yeah, there's like lasers and fire, so it does.
It's very striking. Cool. I'm a huge fan of how this shrine looks. Memorable, I would say very positive. I'm a big fan.
I almost say that it's gonna be true for most of the DLC shrines.
Yeah,
maybe not all, but at least most.
Bonus chest thoughts. None. I don't even know where the bonus chests in this shrine are. I'm sure they're around, but I can't think of them. Length. I'd say this.
I would say, medium? By the way, I mean,
no, I think it's kind of long. There's like a bunch of different things you have to do. You have to like go on the conveyor belt. You have to go around the spikes. You have to go through the maze.
And because of that, by the way, I was going to say, I don't know if you disagree, but to me it is in a way similar to Rota Chiga because it's like the same sort of idea. It's not dark, obviously, Rota Chiga, but it's also like kind of like a parkour of not getting hit.
Rota Chiga, I think is how you spell that. Is it Rota with a?
It's OHTA.
Yeah, it's Rota, not Rota Chiga. I love that shrine. That's probably one of my top 5 shrines in the game, if we're counting DLC. I'm a big Rota Chiga fan.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's probably also one of the higher up there's for actual execution, because it's kind of easy to get hit.
I'd say this one, understanding wise, is easy. Like, you just kind of have to do whatever. Or maybe medium, because it's dark. Yeah, I'd say medium. I'd say it being dark makes it harder to figure out exactly what you're supposed to do, even though it's basically an obstacle.
I feel like the being dark will definitely adds to the execution. I don't know if it adds to the, because there's not much to understand.
Yeah,
right?
you just kind of have to
go in and you have to reach the end.
Right. So let's call it the execution. Let's call it. Is there a very hard for execution?
If there is,
no, there's not a very hard.
But I would still put it in hard. Almost all of the shrines where you have the one-hit obliterator are gonna be hard, because it is, even for like a quote-unquote skilled player, pretty easy to just get randomly hit by something.
Yeah, there's like a few enemies in there. I would say this shrine is great. Actually, I'm a big fan of this one.
That's the highest rating, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna put it in goods, personally.
Okay. That's fair.
Just because I feel like the grade would be reserved for like 10 or so shrines for me, maybe 15, and I think it would be at the top of good for me.
Yeah, I mean, if it's 10 or 15, I think this definitely makes it up there. But I understand that I'm susceptible to vibes.
The vibes are great in the shrine. Like, I agree with that.
The fact that I had to sit through 3 ads to watch the stream on YouTube is insane. Sounds like you should pay me money to not have to watch my ads by joining the plushies on youtube.com/skittybitty.
Well, I definitely agree with that, and I would advocate the same. But I will say that I feel like all of the ads on like YouTube nowadays it's like crazy. I remember using YouTube specifically to dodge like growing up still watching TV and being like, oh, this is so annoying, but like YouTube is actually getting there these days.
Yeah,
it's kind of wild.
YouTube Premium is by far the best thing I pay for. It's actually not even close.
Yeah, definitely worth it.
I'm a big YouTube Premium head. I would be like, no, don't pay for YouTube Premium. You're so sexy, haha. But like, no, I unquestionably the best thing I pay for. Okay.
Yeah, and you can like do like a family plan, share with friends or something.
Yeah, Gihara. Hebra and the Kopiki drifts.
Yeah, so this is the one where you roll a snowball down the right rail. I guess you have to find out where to put the snowball. It becomes bigger, it knocks down a door, and then inside it's a bit like momentum based. There's these orbs that you have to make sure that they land on switches, and you have to understand that you can stasis. For the second puzzle, you have to understand that you can stasis the orb so the momentum isn't active until you shot both like ropes holding it.
But that's the whole shrine.
Yeah, it's there's one more puzzle, right? It starts out with just one rope, I believe, or something, and then the second orb has 2 ropes, and you have to actually use stasis on it.
Yeah, the switch is on one side, so you have to shoot the other to make it swing and hit it. For the puzzle,
exactly, yeah.
Which is easier than the actual. Like you don't have to cut both the ropes. You just have to cut one of them. And then length short. It's maybe even very short, but you do have the second puzzle for the chest, which I'm assuming that we're doing as part of that. So I'm going to say short.
Right. So the first orb, I'm looking at it right now. The first orb is just you shoot down the rope, the ball falls down. Then for the second one, it's the one where you shoot one rope and it hits the side switch. And then for the final one,
you have to stasis the ball and then hit both ropes.
Exactly. So yeah, I'd say what did you put on short? Okay, it's not very short. It's short if you do that puzzle. The difficulty understanding, I would put
easy.
There was a very easy category for this one, right?
No. For understanding, it's easy, medium, hard.
Wait, wasn't that for execution? Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Understanding is easy, medium, hard. Difficulty is very easy, medium, hard.
Oh, okay. Well, I would put it to medium then for understanding, just because you have to think a little bit about what to do about the final orb.
Okay.
Even if it's once again just remembering stasis, at first you would have to be like, well, so how do I, because I remember me personally, my first playthrough, I shot the first rope and was like, oh wait, that's not gonna work because momentum is gonna kick in and it's not gonna hit the switch. So I'd say medium because of that.
Yeah, the thing I have to keep reminding myself is that this is like relative to other puzzles in Breath of the Wild, not like relative to like
to what puzzles are in video games.
Right,
after
exactly.
having played like Outer Wilds or something like that. Yeah.
Skitty bitty, why should I spend my money on YouTube Premium? So you don't have ads and you can listen to stuff in the background. You can download videos to watch offline. So that I get extra money when you watch my stuff.
Where's the sponsor?
Come on, YouTube. Well, I guess
making me want to sign up to YouTube Premium.
Everybody.
I guess, yeah, I guess.
Well, I guess they do pay us. That is my job right now. YouTube is already paying my expenses.
And you do get like a cut from Premium as like a creator that's partnered. So that is another reason that you should sign up to Premium. You get all of these benefits and even support creators you like. Wow.
Difficulty for execution, very easy. You shoot.
Yeah, unless you can't aim, but it doesn't get much easier.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm interested in is that you have it on memorable for the interior, the positive memories on it.
Oh no, I have it.
Because to me,
it's hard because I feel like it's hard because I feel like my positive memory of it has to do with the entry condition.
Yeah, I agree.
So
because the interior, I feel like it's a little bit forgettable.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I agree. You're right. I gotta stay focused. My rating, I would say, I'd say underwhelming. Maybe almost. I do like the idea, but then it's like over. It's like Pikmin 3. It's like it goes and then it ends. Hadahamar. It's Dueling Peaks. It's right by the Dueling Peaks stable.
This is basically build a like marble like track with your Cryonis blocks to make sure that the orb using like a vertical waterfall. So a reminder of it's like Cryonis 2.0 basically, in a way.
Yeah, I like this shrine. There's like a big wall of water with a bunch
shrine.
of like seesaws on it that you have to position your Cryonis to make a little staircase that lets the ball navigate to the end.
This is a good shrine.
Bonus chest thoughts. What is the bonus chest in this shrine?
That's what I was thinking about right now.
I remember. You have to, when you're going over to the puzzle wall, you like climb up waterfalls using Cryonis, and then if you turn back to where you came from and look up, there's another one that you make an ice block staircase to get to. On the way there. Not related to the...
Oh, like on the first part. Okay, yeah.
Length, short. Difficulty understanding. Medium, I'd say.
Yeah, I don't think the game by this point has taught you that you can use Cryonis blocks vertically like that, right? Like Cryonis doesn't do that, right? It only puts them on the ground.
Right, but that's why they give you the waterfalls that you have to go up at the beginning. They teach you that.
Yeah, but that's still part of the shrine. Yeah. So at first you might be confused, like, oh, what am I going to do? Oh, okay, I can use Cryonis this way. And then also the second part might require you to reposition the block correctly so that the puzzle, like the orb, actually reaches the goal. So I'd say medium is...
Medium for both, sense. Maybe? Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say... maybe easy for execution.
I'd say easy for execution, yeah, because
but not
the difficulty is more in understanding.
I'd say this is good.
It's a good shrine. I think it's a good shrine, yeah.
Hawakoth, the Hoktua Shrine, region, Wasteland, and then the specific location is the Gerudo Great Skeleton. Entry condition, it's in the desert. So it's hot, and there might be a sandstorm on the way there.
Yeah, depending on where you come from.
Memorable, I would say positive. I like this one. And I remember liking this one.
Yeah, so this one has like a little switch you hit at the start to knock guardians. Well, at first there's like just a reminder that you can use electricity on like metal blocks to open a door.
Right.
Then there's like this this like part that you can shoot.
It's like over water.
Electrifies. So
there's like a path you have to go, and there's like electrodes, and if you touch it with the metal ball, it'll like flip it over, which is good for killing the guardians, but you don't want it to flip you over and then electrocute you in the water.
And then you need to obtain like a gear by doing like another puzzle.
Yeah.
At the end with magnesis, right?
Yep, and then you put the gear in the thing, and then it spins, and then you open the shrine. Should I say? I say this is a long shrine, actually. I'd say this is a cool, like...
Yeah, especially the last part takes a bit.
Bonus chest. What? I don't have any thoughts on the bonus chest. I don't even know where it is.
Where is the bonus chest? I'm looking at it, trying to find it right now.
Oh, there's like an extra bulb on the wall.
Okay, and then it opens up, yeah.
You get 300 rupees. That's pretty cool. But I don't have any thoughts on it, though. It's like, whatever. You just kind of notice something. Difficulty on understanding, I'd say medium, because it's an electricity puzzle. Oh, sorry, give me just a second.
Nice.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm back. Difficulty and understanding. What did we do for Dakochise? Medium. Okay, so we called the understanding of the circuit medium, but I think this is kind of a different puzzle than...
Yeah, there's a bit more execution difficulty in this one, because on the first bit where you walk over that path, you need to make sure that you don't hit the electric register things, because otherwise the path will tilt and you will fall back into the water. And then also that last part where you have to slide in the magnesis block at the right time to make sure that those blocks align. I remember being like annoyed at it slightly when I did it.
I'd say so, maybe medium for both, or maybe hard. Is there very hard? No, there's not very hard.
Yeah, and I think hard is stretching it, yeah, but I'd say medium.
Yeah, and then I'd say this shrine is good.
Yeah. Again, that's, I think, almost the baseline for the electrical puzzles.
Yeah. You'd have to be a pretty mid-electrical puzzle to not be good. Okay. Okay. Hilarao. Believe is it Dueling Peaks or Central Hyrule? Dueling Peaks. Yeah.
It's so this is the Flower Blight, everyone's favorite.
Floret Sandbar. Watch out for the flowers. Flower Blight Ganon, oh my god. This is truly one of the shrines of all time.
The thing is, like, I might be partially responsible. I mean, I know Flower Blight took off no matter what, but literally my first YouTube video that ever did like well compared to what I was doing at the time was like a meme speedrun video, and one of those speedruns was to like anger her as fast as possible. And people did like that back then, but maybe we went on it a bit too much.
I think it's so unbelievably funny that I complained about Flower Blight Ganon being overplayed in my Tears of the Kingdom video, like 20 seconds before I said the Shrine Island thing.
It's
like immediate. Section, it's like immediate foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Memorable. I would say I'd say I do not care for this one. I'd say it's pretty forgettable, like in terms of the interior.
Yeah, just to recap it again for everyone, it's like you ride like a little raft essentially along some pools of water while no wait, sorry, I'm getting confused. I'm confusing it now. I mean, you still do that, but
you have to, like,
did you put it similar to Kaya 1? Because I guess it is like so, at least the ending section of Kaya 1 is like you stand on a raft and you have to make sure to not get shot, right?
I'd say this is easier than Kaya 1. Because at least Kaya 1 you could fall off, or you have to actually use Cryonis. Like, this is just sort of like more based on like the water currents. I don't think it's similar enough to Kaya 1 to... Like, I see what you're saying, but I don't think it's that similar.
Okay. Yeah, basically you just like jump from one raft to another. You can like grab a chest out of the water, and then at the end you blow up like some... You blow up some rocks.
Yeah, you put a bomb in the water, let the current carry it around, and then you blow it up. So difficulty understanding, easy. Execution, also easy. Like, the only part that might be a little bit difficult is, like, timing the bomb explosion, but, like, you have infinite tries, and it's not hard. And there's, like, no enemies, and you basically just, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's short length. You think
no,
it's because there are multiple steps, but all the steps are very easy.
This is short. We have a very short category still, right? Yeah. So then it's short.
Skitty's rating, I would give this underwhelming.
Yeah. I think, again, Kaya 1 is probably closer to what you could do. But honestly, I think none of the shrines really... And I feel like even Tears of the Kingdom never got there, but I feel like there's would have been some cool potential with like some raft-based puzzle, which is essentially like a water slide or something. I feel like they had the pieces to make that happen, but none of the shrines got there.
Yeah. So you agree with underwhelming for the rating?
I agree with underwhelming. Yeah.
Okay, Ishto So. This one's actually pretty memorable, I'd say. This is in the wasteland. No, it's in the lake region, technically. It's at the garbage dump. What is that area called on the map? Does it have a name?
No, it's between Daval Peak and Osera Plains. For people that don't know, it's the one where that one lady is like cooking trash or cooking rocks. I don't actually remember what she's cooking. She's cooking up something. I guess
never cook again.
And the reason it's memorable, and I agree, and most people will, is because you have like the realization that you can like move the laser.
Yeah, I'd say so.
There's like a laser that you can move around, that you have to put on like a moving platform to make sure that the steps at the end of the shrine line up in a way where you can climb them.
I don't remember the bonus chest. I don't have thoughts on that. I think maybe it's just that you have to go up the staircase somewhere else. Length. I would say this is a medium length shrine because you have to figure out what to do.
Yeah, and that's definitely not immediately apparent. I think it's at least medium for understanding.
Or maybe short. Maybe short. It's a short shrine, but I think it's definitely... I'd say
it's a short shrine.
I'd say it's hard for understanding. Like...
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember... That's probably also why it's memorable. I remember...
This is like one of the few shrines that makes you like... sort of use that sort of abstract thinking that you use somewhere like Kyoryug. Like, it's one of the few shrines
and you never... Actually... do you ever, at any point else in the game, pick up a laser?
No.
No, right? So yeah, I'm actually agreeing with Hart. And by the way, that's the bonus chest. The bonus chest kind of clues you into it, because at first it looks like the laser just blocks the bonus chest. But then you realize you can pick it up, and behind that is where it is.
And then execution, I'd say, is easy once you know what you have to do.
Execution is easy, yeah.
Like I would say very easy, but you have to angle it kind of correctly on the platform, to, like, so that it, you know.
Yeah.
I'd give this good.
Oh, there's another bonus chest, actually. I'm looking at it right now, where like in the back the steps are also moving.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And you have like glide onto them, but yeah, I mean, either way, I agree. It's a cool shrine, but we already put it down as memorable, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, good.
The bomb trial, Jabaij.
Oh, okay, we're doing the tutorial shrines. Makes sense. This is actually a good shrine.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah? I mean, I think I agree, yeah.
It teaches you I think Shodan 2 later is better at teaching you the concept between round and square bomb. That's actually one of my favorite shrines, honestly. Like, probably almost top 10. But for the bomb shrine itself, sorry, let's not get sidetracked. Yeah. I would say it's definitely memorable. I mean, every single tutorial shrine is going to be memorable, because if you play the game twice, those are the shrines you will be doing again. Mm-hmm. If you watch playthroughs, that's what you'll see people do. So I'd say it's definitely memorable.
Not even getting into speedrunning.
I'm just thinking, is it positive or very positive? Do we have a very positive one yet on memorable?
No, I don't think so.
It's a Kurima, no?
Yes, it's a Kurima, my beloved.
I wouldn't put very memorable on here anyway, but I was just curious. Yeah, let's put just positive.
Yeah, I agree.
The main puzzle thought, it's just an effective tutorial. It like teaches you different mechanics around the bombs. It's fun to blow up the rocks at the end.
Yeah. It's fun to learn about, you know, the circle bomb can go down the circular chute. The things can launch Link. It's cool, yeah. bonus chest thoughts. It's it's cool that the launchers can launch Link. I think it's good that it teaches you that.
It is, and it's fun.
Yeah. Length, I'd say short. Or maybe medium? Yeah, medium. Got more steps than, like, the short shrines.
Yeah.
Difficulty in terms of understanding, I'd say easy. It has, it's on purpose.
Okay, assuming the extra chest.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say medium. Difficulty for understanding what to do should be. What did you put down there?
I said easy because it's meant to be easy. You're supposed to be able to figure out.
Yeah, it's like literally. And I mean, the terminal is like, hey, here's the bomb brew, and this is how you use it. So it's like, if you can't make that connection, then it's got to be rough for you.
I'd say this is good.
Yeah.
Skitty
Execution, you also put easy, by the way, or medium? Easy, probably.
Easy,
right?
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's just basic. Like, do you know how to do that?
Every single shrine should be easy, otherwise it's a bit scuffed.
Yeah. Skitty bitty, what's the best shrine to smoke legal herbs in? I'd have to think about that.
It's a creamer, probably.
Because it's dark in there. Yeah, I guess so.
It's like light shows.
Yeah. Yeah, it's for sure. But you just gotta be careful, though. You don't want to get hit by, like, the fire or whatever. I feel like...
True, it's maybe a bit dangerous.
Yeah. Probably, like, I have to think about that. Maybe I'll do a ranking every shrine by how safe it is to smoke in there. Region Geno is in, I think, the Gerudo region, technically. Yeah, the Wasteland region. It's like right by the entrance to the Gerudo Canyon.
Yeah, I have like a personal gripe with the shrine, and it's not really anyone's fault, but it doesn't even have anything to do with the game itself. But for that shrine, the shrine location Geno shows up in some of the Tears of the Kingdom cutscenes of the past.
So true.
And there's like a Zonai shrine on that location, which brings up that unanswered question where it's like, why did they have Zonai shrines on the locations where the Sheikah shrines would later be built? Like, why did you actually put an effort to make it seem like you thought about this when you seemingly didn't think about this because you never go into it and it's never like rewarded that this is something that you can notice?
Something I think is interesting that a friend of the channel, Chubby Bub, pointed out is that in the scene where Ganondorf is overlooking the Great Plateau, the Molduga scene, you can actually see Moses' smoke signal from outside the Ishto-So shrine. So he thinks that the reason that like you can see the Breath of the Wild, the Taka shrines,
is actually
is because they reused the Breath of the Wild map of reskinned the shrines for that cutscene.
I can guarantee you that it is true. Because, and I made this observation before the game came out from that cutscene. In that cutscene, the wall of the Great Plateau is broken, like it is in the Breath of the Wild's version. Like you can see the broken wall from the Breath of the Wild Great Plateau. And I was wondering, because of that, if that's a scene that plays in the present. Because of that, I thought, okay, this is going to play in the present because the wall is broken just like it is in Breath of the Wild. But as it turns out, it's not. And normally the Breath of the Wild wall, the plateau wall should be intact because it's in the past, but it's probably exactly like you said. It is the Breath of the Wild version
map.
of the game.
They reskinned it, yeah.
And then they reskinned the shrines. That's literally, actually, that's really underwhelming. And that's 100% what happened.
I hate Tears of the Kingdom. Ugh. I know, say the line, Skitty, but it's true. It's so true. Memorable, I would say this shrine is forgettable. Geno. Like, what, there's like conveyor belts. That's it, there's the conveyor belts.
I think I barely know what the shrine... It's only memorable for me because there used to be, before we had wind bombs, this was the probably most random shrine to speedrun because you had to do a very random shield jump on like a slope part of the wall, and it was genuinely a reset point for the run.
Wow.
And that's why I remember the shrine, but outside of that, I don't really remember the shrine. Like, yeah, you're on like on a conveyor belt, and I think you have to like hide behind boxes as you run past lasers. But like, yeah,
I don't remember where the bonus chests are, and I don't care. Length, I think it's medium. I think there's like several little steps you have to do. I think
it's definitely medium. I'm. Yeah, okay, no, it's not long. I'm looking at it right now again.
Oh, yeah.
The bonus chest is just on a conveyor belt, by the way.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, you not the thing in the thing, and then I still think it's medium compared to like the short and very short shrines.
Yeah, the length is medium.
Yeah. Length. I'm figuring out how to build a concept across more than 2 steps. So 1 step, 2 step. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's like 3 steps in this shrine instead of just being 2. So let's go medium. Difficulty in terms of understanding, I'd say easy. And then difficulty of execution, also easy. Maybe medium.
I would say medium because the conveyor belts, you have to like move around. Yeah, you have to move around on the conveyor belts and like hide behind the thing and like while holding an orb.
Yeah. Okay.
In the world of Breath of the Wild, this is a medium difficulty.
Yeah, I think I usually use stasis and just gulf it across the room. I would give this shrine an underwhelming.
Yeah, I want to say that part of the conveyor belts I want to think of is almost because Rota Chiga basically showed what you can do with like conveyor belts and dodging stuff. And it can be fun, but what's the step between almost not underwhelming? No, right? That's really the scale.
It's bad, underwhelming, almost, good, and great.
Okay, I would put it in almost then, personally, on that scale.
Okay, I see. Okay, Joluna apparatus. This is in the Garuda region, Mount Noboru. And then you have to do the test of will to get in. Similar shrines, the other apparatus shrines. And it's also kind of similar to Rikomag. Because there's like a...
Yeah, true.
Memorable. I'd say... Like, I remember it, but I'm crazy.
Yeah. No. I would say most people remember this one because, especially of the last part, it can be a little bit finicky to make sure that all of the torches stay lit. For the people that don't know, there's basically 3 different applications of like using apparatus with like elements. In the first room, you have to like electrify all sides of the block by basically just wildly spinning your controller around. That will work. For the second room, you have to make sure that it's actually easier if you use that extra block. It's possible to skip that part and just really precisely make sure that those 4 wind gusts hit propellers. And then in the last bit, there's a big block with torches that you have to all light while avoiding water sprouts from the side that want to like extinguish the torches. I think it's memorable, but I don't know if it's positively memorable.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what was your
I find it tedious.
Category for?
I vaguely remember disliking it. Memorability is
yeah.
I vaguely remember disliking. I would give it a negative. Like I think I almost always about the fire
remember
arrows.
Disliking the shrine. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of this one. Like it's just not fun. Like I see what they were going for and I respect it, but it is not fun. Main puzzle thoughts. It's just like boring and finicky. Bad combination. Yeah. Bonus chest thoughts? I don't have thoughts on that. I don't know where the bonus chests are. I think you like need to. There's like a.
It's in the wind room.
Yeah, use the wind to paraglide to the chest. Okay, I don't care. I'd say this is a medium shrine in terms of length. I don't think it's long enough to be long.
Yeah, it is. There's another bonus chest in the flame room where you just shoot leaves, which at this point you've done like 4 different times. You have to see it.
Yeah. Difficulty in understanding, I'd say maybe medium because you have to like think about like how to move the block to get the thing down to maneuver the thing. And then I'd also give it a difficult. I'd also give it a medium execution because the motion controls can be finicky. Especially if you want to go for the solutions legitimately, like the fire cube.
I would give it hard.
Really?
Yeah. But again, this is just my personal experience with motion control. So every single motion control shrine will probably be hard. Honestly, other than, like, for me personally, I'd say Mia Magana is the easiest of the apparatus shrines. But Zikasho and this one would be hard for me.
But, like, okay.
Like, what I mean is, it depends on the person, but I'm sure there will be people who unintentionally made the torches, like, extinguish a couple times on the last bit.
I would give it medium, but I can denote that here. I would give this. I'd say this one's pretty bad.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Kao Makag, metal doors open the way. This is in the lake region, I believe. Indeed.
It's right next to the
Outskirts stable, I think.
stable. Yeah.
Or is it the outskirts stable? Or is the outskirts stable the one that's like right near the No, this is the lake. The wetlands. No,
Highland stable.
yeah, the Highland stable. Outskirts stable is the one by the Coliseum. That's the Highland stable. Might be. I always get those two mixed up for some reason. Entry condition none. Similar shrines. It's kind of similar to the Magnesis tutorial, but not similar enough, I don't think.
No, I do like the it's like a typical Breath of the Wild thing of like the thinking outside the box where you use a door to build a ramp. Like it's kind of cool.
Yeah, you have to. I'd say I have a vaguely positive memory of it. Like you have to.
Same.
You know, you have to. It's a simple but effective spatial reasoning task. You have to like, you have to think about, or maybe spatial awareness. You have to like look around and notice the cracked walls and be like, oh, I can blow that up and then use the door. I don't remember where the bonus chest is, so I don't have thoughts on that. Length, I'd say, is short. Difficulty understanding, I'd say medium.
It is short.
Difficulty execution, I'd say, is easy. Like maybe you might have some trouble maneuvering the fucking metal door in a way that like makes the ramp or that helps you cross the stuff around. I don't know. I'd say I don't think it's very easy. I would say it's easy.
Yeah, the bonus chest is just like you just grab it literally with Magnesis. Sound like a stack of blocks.
Of course. I would give this like maybe an almost. Like I see the vision, I just don't think they pushed it far enough.
It is a shrine, but yeah, okay. Because I need to make sure that I'm not being clouded by my positive memory of it. Because I do remember thinking, oh, this is like smart. Wow, I'm using the door as a ramp. But that doesn't make it a good shrine. That just makes me have like a good memory of it. But I feel like I could have done more with the concept. And I think a shrine that did that is like the Taji Cut shrine or whatever.
Building with logs?
Yeah, that's like the next version of it, basically, where you actually build like a bunch of like bridges to reach the other side. Here you just don't do it once. So I say almost is fine.
Hamyatak. Finally a good one. This one's like pretty goated, I'd say, actually. This is Central Hyrule.
Yeah. This is the closest we get to like a mini dungeon.
Yeah. Where it's like where specifically is there like is the area where it is named? It's like
Mount Daphnis.
Yeah, it's like just south of Mount Daphnis. In the entry condition, there isn't one. Similar shrines, no. This one is on its own. Memorable, very positive.
Yeah.
Main puzzle thoughts, excellent. Great evolution of the concept. Tests your understanding of stasis in a lengthy mini dungeon. There's a lot of them. I don't remember any of them in particular.
Yeah, there's many. It's just like a couple extra puzzles and stuff. I don't really know what like my thoughts on them would be. I think this category is mostly reserved for what we talked about earlier, like Berida Narc and like Mirror Shars, where the bonus chest is like actually a big additional experience.
Right, or even in something like Toyasa, where it's like kind of well hidden.
Right.
Length very long. This is one of the only very long shrines in the game.
Yep.
Difficulty to understand. I'd say medium. There's a few times where it's like I don't know what to do. Like you have to think about like, oh, you have to make the stone ball roll down the thing, and you have to stasis it, or you have to like use stasis here and then there. You have to like use Magnesis.
And you have to time like the little ramp at one point to make sure that it actually goes over.
Well,
yep.
Hi Millions. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the welcome to the Skitty committee. Difficulty and execution. I would say it hard. especially because there's also like we haven't even talked about combat because there are like very few places where like combat actually matters. But there are a bunch of Guardian Scouts in this, and they're actually like the level 2. Like they might actually put up a fight, especially if you come here early game. It's right by the plat.
Yeah, there's also like an apparatus section to it. There's just so much, I feel like, that it automatically is hard. I don't think people would put this as like necessarily a hard shrine in the game. It's the only thing I'm thinking of.
But like relative to the other shrines, it's like long. It's an endurance test. Like I would say it is.
Yeah.
And then I would say the shrine is great.
The only thing I think like that doesn't sit right with me, and I guess that would be solvable by having a very hard section. Did we have a very hard section for execution?
No, we don't. I don't think any of these.
Because I think the only thing that doesn't sit right with me is that all of the DLC, like especially the one-hit obliterator shrines, are like on their own world, like where you will actually probably see multiple game overs. It's fairly possible. But I guess part of that is obviously having the one-hit obliterator. But that's what the shrine is.
There's like degrees of hard. Like there's hard, and then there's like it can be like near the top or bottom of the hard section.
Yeah.
I would say it's great. I don't know about you.
It's great. It's like one of the shrines people always talk about what they wanted more of.
Snacks
like everyone, not everyone, but like I feel like a lot of people would have probably been happier if they had less shrines in the game and just combined some of them into one, like they did in the Triad of the Power. And I feel like people would have remembered the shrines more fondly overall because not everyone wanted to seek them all out. So it's definitely in the great category.
Yeah, retweet. Snaxolotl says, "Skitty bitty, may I please name my firstborn child after you?" You can try. If you can guess my real name, you can go for it. Or unless you want to name your child Skitty Bitty, in which case, good luck at school. Kamail is technically in the Lanayru region. It's on Tingle Island.
Yeah.
Entry conditions under Stasis Slab. Similar shrines. I would say it's similar to the other. I'd say it's similar to Yagrin and Huabrame. Memorable. I remember the shrine being like I remember it's complicated. Like I'd say I have a positive association with it because I think it's fun to drop the cube and then watch Link go flying. But then the shrine is over.
Yeah, and then the bonus chest is just you land in a different place instead of where the shrine ends to grab like the chest.
Very short. This is a very short shrine. Even with the bonus chest. Difficulty in understanding, I would say easy. And then difficulty of execution, I'd say very easy. Just easy?
I'm trying to think, was there different options of what you drop on the other side?
I think there's like a chest and like a cube.
And there's like a barrel, right? And you have to figure out which one.
Maybe? I don't remember. I remember it being very straightforward.
I just remember there also being like a metal barrel on there, but I think that might not even like might not even launch you or whatever. I think that's fair. Yeah, just put very easy.
Yeah, you shoot the ropes holding up a platform. It drops the metal box, and then you put the metal box on the scale, and it launches you up.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense then.
So I'd say very
easy.
I would say this shrine is I would give this an almost. I want to like this shrine so badly because I do like the idea of launching Link up using.
Yeah, you could have exactly. You could have done more with that. It feels you can't give it a good because it's just too short. But
wow, fishes are cool. 32 says irrelevant YouTuber Skitty Bitty. This is so mean. I'm being bullied by my chatters. This is so cruel.
I hate watch is always a good sign of success.
That's what I'm saying. If they hate me so much, why do they know my middle initial? Do you agree with almost? I'm sorry, I keep peeking over at the chats.
I agree with almost, yeah.
Kaokeo.
Okay, another big one.
Tabantha. It's like is there like a name for the region where this thing appears? It's like it's over by it's like south of the Giza crater.
Apparently it's called Rain Highlands.
It's west of the Rain Highlands. Entry condition. There's another stasis slab. Similar shrines. None.
I was gonna mention earlier, I don't know if that's important to be included, but in Carmyle there's like that one extra step that there's like a billion Octoroks that are spitting at you, and if you don't kill them, and this happened to me many times in runs, they will actually shoot the stasis lab of like their projectile at the last second as you're like about to let go, and then it doesn't actually clear the way.
That's fucked up.
Probably not extremely important to include, but I wanted to mention it anyway.
So fishes are cool. Drop the Actin is actually a big Skittle fan. Said they got a picture at the So coffee shop in Prague, which is really funny because I've actually heard that from multiple people. Multiple people have been to the fucking Prague airport and have been
That's what I would do if I got there.
No way! It's So coffee. Main puzzle thoughts. It's like a wind themed mini dungeon.
It is. I didn't like it though, I will say personally.
Really?
This is my personal thing with being like the same with the motion controls. If I have to be patient with every like wind, because there's like all of these spikes and you have to dodge them with your balloons as you're using your Korok leaf to maneuver around, and if you steer in the wrong direction, the balloon will burst and you will have to do it again, and it's just like not something that I enjoy to like I needed like I enjoy a higher pace more than like deliberate, careful maneuvering.
I just appreciate that there's like a shrine in this fucking game that asks you to like actually be deliberate with something and not just bum rush it. Like I actually appreciate that about it. But I could also see the other side of it. I would say length.
But again, like to me, then
long.
For example, Road Touch Shiga is like a better version of that for me, because then it feels like it's higher pace and you have to be deliberate in your movements and how you control Link.
Oh yeah.
But it doesn't feel as slow, you know, where you like stand on that raft and you're like, okay, another swing and another swing.
Road Touch Shiga is probably one of my favorite shrines in the game, though. I am a big fan of Kaokeo. I mean, I understand if you know, I can mark it down for what. I don't know, my impression of it is very positive. Is yours like negative?
Mine would be negative, but I still remember it.
Yeah. Well, not all memories are created equal.
Exactly. And I can still see it as being a good shrine because I actually did something. Like there's actually quite a few, like, yeah, it's completely different. It's unique. It's just not gameplay that I personally enjoy that much.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I would say this one is great.
Also, I'm watching this guide of somebody doing the shrine to see it, and they like, to get the wind gust at the end, you're supposed to like bring over some bomb barrels that are on a balloon. And they did it for like a minute, and then they missed, so they just gave up and used bomb barrels to shoot it. That's a good showcase.
That almost happened to me when I did my Shrine Week streams, except I didn't have any bomb arrows, so I was there for, I think, maybe 20 minutes to get the... I missed that VOD. I'm so sad that like I didn't think to download my VODs from the Shrine Week, because there were some funny moments in there, and one of them was my my countless attempts at trying to gingerly maneuver the bomb barrel over to the thing. I had fun though. I think this shrine is great. This is gonna get the skitty bitty thumbs up.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna put it in. No, I mean, I think I will still, because objectively speaking, just from what they're doing with the shrine, I'm personally gonna put it in. I think I'm also gonna put it in great because, like I said, there's like so much going on. I can just see that. Although it is saying it's my rating, because if it was my rating, but it's also how I remember it. I mean, I'm trying to be objective, as this is what they did with the shrine. This is how good the shrine is, how well it's designed, and for that I'm gonna give it good.
Okay.
I can just see that it's not my favorite gameplay to do.
Makes sense. Okay, Kaya is in the Pharaon region at the Palmyra Ruins. And the entry condition is the completion of the Fragmented Monument Shrine quest. Memorable, I'd say negative. I don't really care for this one. I just remember it being kind of underwhelming and annoying. You have to like sit on the conveyor belt and like hit the switch and then hit it a second time.
Yeah, pretty much. This is, as far as the interior is concerned, pretty forgettable. Again, it's like people will remember this quest because this mysterious, like Mirror of Twilight looking thing that you have to like photograph.
Yeah, I actually don't think I feel negatively enough about it to give it negative. I think it's just forgettable. Length, I'd say short.
Yeah,
difficulty of
it's just you have to stand on
understanding,
2 different sides.
easy, and its execution maybe medium. It might take you a second try. You might fall off the conveyor. You might fall off the platform if you like don't do it fast enough.
Yeah.
My rating, I'd say underwhelming.
With the interior, I agree with.
Yeah. Kam Urag. This is one of the more disappointing shrines to me, if you care. The Trial of Passage is at the graveyard. Which I don't actually think has a name. I think it's just like
Nope, apparently not. I'm looking at it right now. There's
north
like
of Fort Hateno. Entry condition: the cursed statue, side quest, or shrine quest. Yeah, similar shrines, none memorable. I'd say it's memorable. I'd say negative.
It's definitely memorable. For the people that don't know, you come in and you see this like giant like wheel, and you have to like go inside the wheel. Shrine. The washing machine, yeah.
You go in, it's like, oh, this seems like it might be cool, and you go inside, and it's just like a staircase that moves, and you have to stasis it, and then you go to the end.
Yeah, and the camera is a bit weird, and it felt like a bit janky. It's definitely not that great.
Bonus chest thoughts, just kind of there. Length, I'd say short. Like, it looks like it'll be longer, but it just isn't. Like, it really is just use stasis. Difficulty understanding, I'd say easy. Difficulty execution, also... Well, you might, like, have to time the...
Yeah, I wouldn't say easy for execution, because there's, like, these rolling things in there as well that can hurt you, and you have to, like, jump at the right time while the laser stasis.
Yeah, I would give it an underwhelming.
I don't have a shrine, but still medium execution, yeah. Although...
Maybe almost?
I would probably put it... Yeah, I would put it to almost, because like we said, like it's a promising idea.
Yeah, I would...
It's a bit like
a larger and more interesting. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, they're trying to like a TikTok clock, like Mario 64 type level inside a washing machine, but it's just kind of
such a letdown of what is a really cool premise. So disappointing.
Yeah, that's why I think almost makes sense.
Yeah, okay. Kamiya Omuna, the Elden region. This is moving targets. This is it's like Burita Nog, but not quite. It's different. It's like a bigger cannon.
Yeah.
And that's the one where you have to beat the Flame Talus of Lake Dharma. Entry conditions. Defeat Igneo Talus Titan. Similar shrines, Burita Nog. Memorable, I'd say positive.
Yeah, again, pretty much every DLC shrine will be like that.
Bonus chest thoughts. See above. Length. This one's also pretty short, actually. Like it's
4 DLC shrines, yeah, but I'd say because again we are like saying that we get the bonus chest as well. I think there's like 3 cannons overall. There's like one with like an apparatus where you have to steer like, around, right?
Yeah.
I would say it's like medium.
Okay.
Because we have long and very long, right? So in that case, I'd say medium.
Yeah, I'd say so. Okay. Difficulty and understanding, easy, because it's a cannon. You fire the cannon. I say execution.
And then also, I feel like I don't know how much that actually factors in for the difficulty understanding, but I feel like if you reach the DLC shrines and you are reaching these, that it's like I don't think it pushes it to very easy, but it almost does, because chances are you've already seen quite a bit of the game, or maybe even have done Burita Nog. But okay, I think easy is fine.
Yeah. Well, there also isn't a very easy for the understanding.
All right, true. We could say that.
And then difficulty and execution, maybe. I mean, I'd say it's medium at hardest. I don't think it's hard.
Medium at hardest, yeah.
Skitty's rating, I'd say it's good. I don't think it's great. I think it's good. It's like better than Burita Nog, but like not as good as some of the other DLC shrines.
These are like the apparatuses that I sort of appreciate those, similar to like Totosa, where it's just you move something in the right direction. So yeah, I think it's a good shrine.
Alright, speaking of apparatuses, time for Katosa Og.
Okay, that's actually another, in my opinion, another pretty good apparatus. Although the bonus chest will have annoyed people, but
I find that like impossible to even imagine. Like,
but yeah, for the people that don't know what this is a mini golf shrine in Akala, where you use apparatus to like use a mini golf. Like, what do you call them? Like a putter?
Yeah.
What do you call the bets that you use for mini golf? I don't know.
I think so.
Drive. Bets. Do you call them bets?
No, clubs.
Clubs. That's what I was looking for. You have a mini golf club.
Yeah, it's
that you control with an apparatus.
It's very simple. You literally just tap the ball and then it rolls into the slot and just shines over. There is a second one where you have to like hit it at an angle to make it go over a ramp, but it's still very easy. I'd say like
I disagree with that. It's very easy. The bonus chest. I'd say the first one is. I'm still thinking if I would personally say that the first one is very easy because you're just hitting it, but if you're like unsteady or whatever, you can hit the ball a little bit on the wrong angle and it might roll off. It doesn't make it medium. For me, the main shrine is easy, and the second puzzle I think would be medium in my opinion, because under your definition, I have personally done it, and I know people will have missed that like 4 or 3 times before they actually got the orb in. Have you always done it first try?
Yeah.
Both of them?
Yeah.
What? Okay, I mean, you might just be goated, but I feel like if you look at your chat, there's no way that every single person's like, yes, I'm getting the second one first try every time.
I don't know, chatters, when you did the Katosa Og Shrine and you did the second puzzle where you have to hit it at the little angle and it goes on the ramp, did you do it on the first try? I think the only time I haven't done it on the first try is when I got impatient and pressed B too early and accidentally reset it.
Wait, I'm not kidding, by the way. I don't think I've ever done this shrine with pressing B. You might just be smarter than me.
What?
like, wait, so you lift up the club and then you press B?
What? No. Like, if you press B, it like it despawns the ball. So you.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought you can like just line up the club, then press B, and it automatically hits it. Okay.
Oh,
okay,
no.
I'm not that stupid.
No, but I'm saying that like I get impatient waiting to watch it roll into the socket. I press B, which despawns the ball and makes me have to try it again. That's the only context in which I had to try that puzzle again. It's just getting impatient.
Okay. Well, no. I mean, that never happened to me, but I definitely missed it. I like swung it too hard and then it flew over. I didn't get the angle right, but again, I might suck at the game.
Well, I don't know. I think that's probably not true. You're probably better at the game than I am. I just think if you're deliberate, if you just get a little tap, it's first try every time. Length short.
It's definitely short.
Bonus chest thoughts. Just additional harder puzzle. And puzzle thoughts, way too easy. Memorable, I would say probably negative. Well, I think it's fine.
Wait a second, I'm pulling up the Katosa Orc shrine guide right now. And I'm reading right now, okay? Motion puzzles are the bane of my existence. It's hard as hell on the Switch Lite. Don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
Well, Switch Lite is a different story. If you have to move your
listen. This next person, the motion controls make that second section totally impossible. I gave up on the second part. Hitting the ball diagonally is impossible. Which, like, I'm not saying it's that hard, but like clearly some people agree with me.
I mean, I believe you. Maybe I'm just you know.
You just go to this. What I'm saying. You're just too good at motion controls. I hate this puzzle so bad. Worst idea in any game is this. Like, okay, by the way, reading this makes me agree with you that they're overhated, but I still think the second one isn't entirely free. And in the context of Breath of the Wild, I'd give it a medium, but you can see where you end up with it at the end.
Okay. I mean, I said you said medium, I said easy, but I...
Yeah, that's fine.
For memorable...
I'd say positive, honestly.
Okay. It's at least it's...
because
I
think
it's painless.
It's painless, and even if you think it's too easy, or I don't think it's too hard. I think the second one is a bit annoying, but I think it's a cool, cute idea. It's like, oh, we're using motion controls for mini golf, fun. Like that's why I think to me it's positive in memory.
Oh, follower goal met. I didn't even. Oh, why is Twitch giving me an arbitrary follower goal of 940? That's such a weird. That's such a weird follower goal.
That's when you truly become a streamer. I've heard
when we hit 940 subscribers, or followers. Yep. That's awesome. My rating, I'm gonna give this an underwhelming.
Yeah, sorry, I agree.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
I've turned on my crisp so people can't hear the typing.
Actually, I wanna put this to almost, because again, I think the idea is cute. I'm playing like a little mini golf course in that game.
It is cute. I agree that it's cute. Yeah. Okay, wait. So similar shrines. Do you consider this to be similar to Miro Shaz? Because they're both technically golf, or are they different enough in terms of like the method by which I think they're different.
They're different. Like it's the same idea executed with different mechanics.
Yeah. Okay. No. Region, I believe is it Gerudo or Wasteland? I think it's Gerudo. No, it is Wasteland.
It probably is still oh, interesting. Okay, but it's pretty close
by the Gerudo Canyon stable. Entry conditions.
Yeah, that's why it's like kind of in between the two towers.
Electricity family. Memorable. I'd say it's pretty forgettable. It's probably the worst among the electricity family. It's just a simpler, less interesting version of the other electricity shrines.
Yeah, you go and you start up like a conveyor belt where you have to literally do nothing other than turn it on. It will just like place down a block in a way that you can reach a chest with a key. And I think that's it. Oh no, there's like a little water pool at the end where you once again extend like an electrical current by using water.
It's short, right? It's short or medium? I think it's short.
I actually think it's medium. Because there's like the room at the start, you have to do like a little thing so that the door opens, then you have to do the conveyor belt, grab the key, then there's like a section on the right.
Okay. I see the mission.
That you can do for the bonus chest.
Okay, difficulty in terms of understanding. Easy, I think.
Yeah, there's not much to understand almost. Like
execution, I think.
I guess honestly though, the only thing I'm thinking of now is like for a lot of people this is how they enter the region. So this is probably most people's first electrical puzzle.
Well, I think that's all the reason. The more reason to make it like easy to understand, because it's like basically a tutorial.
Yeah, but at the same time, then you might not be in the headspace of there's like electrical currents or whatever. But yeah, I'd say easy is fair.
I think the main reason that it's so easy to understand is because you have the parallel electric orb in every context. Like there's an electric orb lighting one thing up, so you have to take the other one and put it on the other thing. Like all of the puzzles are already half completed.
Right yeah, the first room is basically set up in a way where you can't mess it up.
My goodness. Hello, Robin Poe. Hello. Difficulty in I'd say it's easy across the board. And I would give this an underwhelming.
Easy across the board. Let me just look at that one room with the bonus chest. Yeah, it's pretty easy across the board.
So, yeah, it's gonna be underwhelming for me.
Okay, maybe these comments are like fraudulent. I'm looking at the look at the shrines. I'm looking at like a shrine guide, and there's the top comment is literally, I swear I have to look up how to beat every single shrine. Which is like, what did you have to look up for this one? I'm genuinely curious because like what is unclear?
It's just I don't know.
I guess maybe if anything, the only thing I could imagine is somebody not figuring out how to use the water to extend the electricity, which is like a thing that should be
I don't know. I think, but you can visually see the electricity spread into the water.
I know the left.
Like, the only reason you would look up how to complete this shrine is if you'd gotten into the habit of looking up every other shrine and didn't even try to think for yourself.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's maybe what happened there. I will put it in. I think I will put it in almost because it's like the baseline of the good electrical puzzles, especially that bit of the water, like kind of setting you up as a player to be able to do those.
Yeah, I see that. I think, from my perspective, it's like compared to the other ones, it's so much less interesting, but I can see that. I can see that perspective. Kaya 1. This is but the wetland stable. In the, I think, is it Central Hyrule or it's technically Linearu, I think. Yeah. The wetland stable. Memorable. I'd say this one's pretty forgettable.
I mean, there's like another little section that teaches you that you can use Cryonis blocks
on a waterfall.
On a wall, on a waterfall to get up to the first bit, and then you ride like a raft while guardians are shooting you, so you can use Cryonis blocks to build cover, or you can just kill them with an arrow. Yeah. But I think the idea is that you can use Cryonis blocks as cover, which is kind of cool, and then you can technically mess up the end by not jumping off the raft in time. I think the last section is pretty cool, or like pretty decent.
I would be willing to. I don't have strong feelings about this one, but I could see.
Yeah, no, me neither, to be fair. Again, it's speedrun tainted. It was like a shrine that's in almost every speedrun because it's pretty fast to do quickly, but it can be easy to mess up.
Yeah, I think I'm leaving it at forgettable for now, but I may change my mind at a later date. Main puzzle thoughts, it's fine. It builds on Cryonis concepts. It's inoffensive, you know? I'd say it's like a medium-length shrine. Compared to like the short and very short ones, like you have to go up the waterfall, then you have to...
But you go up the waterfall, and I guess there's like one little... there's like one other section that you have to cross where like a guardian is shooting you, and then there's the end section.
Yeah, with the raft. I'd say it's longer than like a Hilo Rao.
It is a bit longer than that.
It's short for a medium, but it's longer. But it's too long to be a short, I think.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, there's like 3 sections to it, which is already more than the average shrine. So I'd say at least medium.
Right. Difficulty understanding. I'd say it's easy. Like it's just teaching you more concepts with the Cryonis. Like, I think Cryonis shrines are always going to be easy because if you like, they wouldn't put water in a shrine if you didn't have to use the only ability that requires water.
Yeah. Again, the only thing I'm thinking is the only thing that could make it medium is that even though again the shrine is called Shields from Water or whatever, but I can see a world where somebody didn't do this first try by being shot off the raft at the end, or by not jumping off the raft to make it to the end. But like, I think it's too tough to say might take multiple tries or whatever, because it probably won't for the average person.
Yeah, I would say it's maybe high easy. I don't think it's low medium.
Yeah. Okay.
And I would say this is. I think it's like an almost.
Yeah, especially the last section. Again, it makes you think of like a shrine that would be themed for like a raft ride, where there's
like sort of like a take on like Link's Awakening. They had a raft ride mini game. So it's almost for you as well.
Yeah.
Hello, Cynical. Welcome in. We're talking about shrines. Keira Ma, my favorite shrine. I was shitting on the shrine quest for this one when we talked about the shrine quests. Eldin. Orko, Tunnel, Entry Condition, Brothers, Roast, Shrine Quest. Similar shrines, none. This is a very unique one. I'd say memorable. I mean, it's fine.
I'd say positively, because it's the one for people that don't know, where it's just like a giant like slope upwards, and there's like There's rupees that fall down and boulders that you have to dodge.
Yeah, and you could just keep going through the shrine until you've collected all the rupees, it turns out.
Yeah.
Your reward for climbing a hill is climbing another hill. True. Main puzzle thoughts. I mean, it's pretty cute. I don't even think I know where the bonus chest is in this one.
I think it's behind you. You basically just have to like turn around when you run up the slope and then paraglide to it or something.
I don't have thoughts on that then. Length is short. Is short or very short?
Not very short. The hill is kind of long-ish.
Difficulty understanding very easy, and then execution I'd say easy, medium, because you do have to dodge the spiky balls, but it's not hard.
There's that one section at the end where I don't even know if it's possible. I think you're intended to use stasis. There's like a full line of spiky balls, and maybe you can dodge them, but I think the intended solution is to stasis them or you get hit.
You can also use magnesis probably, because the balls are metal.
Or magnesis, or magnesis. That might be harder to do because you have to like make sure that it actually connects as they roll down. Either way, I would say even if you get hit there, you don't die. So it's like a high easy again. It's like not even medium yet.
I would give this like.
But I think it's
I'm gonna give this an almost.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say one somewhat similar shrine, but it's not exactly similar. But like the same thing gets done to you once in Makara.
That's true.
At the end, kind of like.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Oh, we're like, no, we're actually nowhere near halfway done. We're like a third of the way through.
Not quite.
Okay, Key to Funya. I don't like this one. Putting my cards on the table.
Okay, so this is the DLC Ice Shrine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might actually be. I also don't really like the Yiga Hideout's DLC Shrine, but other than that, I feel like that's also one of the weaker ones.
Yeah, it's that one, the Yoaka Ida Shrine, the Scoopy one, and this one that I think are the three stinkers in the DLC. Similar shrines, no, I mean it's kind of similar to Buried Secrets, but worse.
Right.
It's like if Toyasa sucked the entire time. Memorable, I'd say negative. I have a negative association with the shrine. The ice melts way too slow, and it's not fun at all. Angry face.
Yeah, actually, I agree. I'm looking at it again now. I think I got tainted a little bit. I think the location is cool because it comes out of the water.
Yeah, you do like the riddle.
Oh, wow,
you like follow the light. It's very pretty. I like the, but you know, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the interior.
Yeah, exactly. That's I feel like what it was kind of tainted.
This one's medium,
that's why
but
I was like
only
not
because
agreeing. But like now I'm looking at it.
It's only medium because you have to wait so fucking long for the ice to melt.
Yeah, that will add to the time.
I'd say understanding. Do I have the Angry Skitty? Oh, I do have the Angry Skitty. I can actually toggle the Angry Skitty. Bam. Now I'm Angry Skitty.
The only thing that I'm looking at it, I feel like that is a bit thinking out of the box, and that might make the understanding medium. Because the first part is easy with the melting, but for the last part you have to like bring an ice block and put it like onto a cryo block or something. I think it's the casual solution.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's right. Okay, I see that. And then execution,
that's
I think,
not instantly
is easy.
Apparent.
It's just like fucking...
The execution is definitely easy.
Yeah, my rating, I would say this one is bad. I don't like this one.
Is that the worst? That's not the very worst, right? Or is it?
It's the worst for me. I mean, it's not just underwhelming. It's actively unpleasant. Like I think this one sucks.
Okay, I put it on underwhelming. It's tedious and there's not too much going on.
It's like a high bad. It's not as bad as like a.
But then, like I think the part that's like somewhat interesting is that you have to like be careful around how you melt the ice for the second part.
And then if you melt it too much, you have to soft reset and do all that melting all over again.
Which sucks, but I have bad in my mind like reserved for like some shrines I'm already thinking of. Zikasho.
Alright, Kenamut, the Cryonis Trial. Great Plateau. Is there like a name for that one part of Mount Hylia, or is it just like Mount Hylia generally?
I think it's just Mount Hylia, yeah.
Yeah. Entry conditions, cold. Similar shrines, non-memorable, positive, definitely. It's a good tutorial. I mean, it's a good tutorial.
Yeah, there's like the little. I think the part that's cool is that there's the. Again, I've watched Germa play this game, and for some reason he struggled so hard on the basic tutorials. It's actually rage bait, but because he didn't figure out that for that part at the end, you put down the cryo block only under one half to build a little ramp.
Oh, awesome!
I will say I think it's the although the stasis tutorial is not that great either.
Yeah.
It's effective at what it does.
I think this is short. I don't think this is medium. Do you think this is short or medium? I think it's short. Maybe it's medium.
I mean, it has 3 sections again, but the sections are like so short that I think it's short still. It's like make a block, lift a gate, build a seesaw.
Yeah. Hamza asks, Skitty, are these ratings going to be used in the BotW video, or is there a separate video dedicated to the shrines coming too? They're both. This is going to be helpful for both, but this is specifically part of my BotW research because I have so much to say about these shrine shamans, and I have to get my thoughts in order.
Wait, how did you say that abbreviation?
I say BotW.
BotW, okay. I've never heard anyone say it like that.
Yeah, to my knowledge, I'm the only one who says it like that.
But it's obviously actually effective compared to BotW. At this point, you
might so many more syllables than Breath of the Wild. Yeah. I also refer to Tears of the Kingdom as Totka sometimes.
Totka. Okay, yeah.
BotW Totka.
I actually like it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it doesn't roll off the tongue, but it's actually doing something compared to T-O-T-K.
Yeah. Like, I'm always either just going to call it Tears of the Kingdom.
I guess people say tears. I feel like I've heard people just call it tears.
Yeah, in Japanese,
but then you can't really say breath. Tierkin. Okay, yeah, that works.
In Japanese,
you can't really
say
breath.
It's abbreviated to BotW for Breath of the Wild. It's in Japan. I don't think I would not call it BotW. It sounds extremely performative coming out of my mouth. But I like BotW Totka. I think it's funny. Difficulty understanding easy. It's a tutorial. You'd hope so. I mean, easy asterisk unless you're Germa. And then difficulty execution.
Yeah,
also
but
easy. I guess any of these could be easy. With an asterisk, you might be stupid.
Yeah, I know, but I think for execution we're very easy as well, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, very easy.
Because you just place like 3 blocks. I know there's a guardian in there, but
like, come on.
That is basically almost asking nothing of you. Like, if you can't beat enemy, you can kill it basically with 1 hit with most weapons you'll have. Still, yeah, again, I give it goods, which is like feels like a bit strange because compared to the other shrines, it's not necessarily good, but it's just good at its job.
Yeah, I see the vision. I'd give it an almost. I think it's probably the weakest of the tutorials, but
yeah, I was thinking that, but then I'm thinking stasis, or even I think bombs is just actually the best, and the other 3 are all kind of on the same level. Now,
I don't know. I think magnesis is pretty good. You have the like the part where you like look down and realize the floor is magnetic.
Okay, fair. I forgot that you actually are supposed to build a bridge in that one part because I always shield jump over there.
Use the cube to defeat the Guardian, showing you how awesome the kinetic energy is, which they destroyed in Tears of the Kingdom for some reason.
No, I mean, I get the reason, and I'm glad they did, because it was entirely broken. I don't know if you've ever seen a Master Mode Breath of the Wild speedrun.
I have. I think it's really funny.
Yeah, you like use it to kill Lionel, and in like 20 seconds. That's how abusable the kinetic energy is.
And like the Trial of the Sword, you like just whack the Hinox and the balls over and over and over and over again until it dies, which is very funny. And then going from mid to peak, Kiev Tala is great, I think. That is a Wasteland region DLC shrine. I think it's like, it's not, I always get it mixed up with Takamashiri. Like, I forget which one is where, but this is in the East Barrens.
Yeah, this is the Moldu King shrine.
Defeat a Moldu King. Similar shrines, it's in the Electricity family. It's especially similar to Hawakoth. There's a puzzle in there that's basically the same one, except it's got motion controls. So,
Yeah, this is very positive for me. This is the best circuit puzzle in the game. This is like actually making the circuit idea interesting, using things like putting like a metal chain with magnesis over like another object to have the orb hanged in just the right position.
I love this shrine.
It's just good.
It's great. Great electricity puzzle. No notes. Bonus chest thoughts.
There's probably many, and I'm not actually sure which one are bonus and which one.
Let me take a peek. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The motion. It's the bonus chest thoughts. Hard motion control puzzle that kind of sucks. Lol.
Oh, it's the one like off to the right.
You have to use the lasers to stop the things going back and forth.
Yeah.
Length. I'd say long. Medium. I don't think it's quite long. It's like it's just one big hallway. It's long if you're doing the bonus chest, though.
I think it's even if you because we are also considering. Actually, no, we can't consider that. I was going to say we can't consider how long it takes you to figure stuff out in the length, because that's going to be different for everyone.
Well, hang on. This shrine takes several steps to complete or is difficult to figure out.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, in that case, I'd say it might be very long.
I don't think it's very long. Very long is like basically a mini dungeon.
Yeah, but like I think the time that it takes you to figure out how to exactly build the circuit will be longer than some of the puzzles that try to power, in my opinion, but maybe not.
I think if there was like a second, like another room, maybe it would be long. But I think since it's just the one long hallway, I think I feel strongly that it is long and not very long. Like a Kao
but it
Keo,
is also including like the motion control puzzle at the end, right? I mean, okay, let's agree on long then.
I mean, I'm happy to mark that we disagree, but I just think like.
I mean, I'm like.
It's not like mini dungeon length. Like it's one long puzzle. It's not like multiple.
But the guide, for example, that I'm looking at right now is like a person that already knows how to build a circuit, and it took them 4.5 minutes to do both the circuit and the chest.
I think it's just an indictment of how fucking short most of the puzzles in this game are, but that's just me.
Maybe.
Difficulty in understanding, I'd say hard.
Yeah.
And then difficulty in execution, I'd also say hard. Or no, media. Well, if you're counting the bonus chest, probably hard. I'd say medium. Let's go medium. Skitty's rating, I'd say this one's great.
But you're counting the bonus chest, right?
Am I? I don't remember if I'm counting the bonus chest for the difficulty.
I think you are.
I know I'm counting that for the length.
Or was that only for... Oh, only for the length. Okay. Actually, either way, I guess execution itself during the circuit isn't that hard. So I guess
I think it's only the difficulty only bumped up by the bonus chest.
Yeah.
But I'd still give it. I'd say big thumbs up from Skibby Bibby.
Yeah, for sure.
You agree?
It's a great category.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in great. Yeah.
Kima's is great from peak right down into the valley of shit.
How many K shrines is there in this game? Is that the most?
A lot. It's a lot. It's the most by a lot, and also the DLC was mostly K shrines, so it added on to an already. Yeah. Have you not seen my? Oh, I guess I never publicized.
I mean, I've seen it in Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, I do also have a version of that graph for for Breath of the Wild, because of course I do, because there's something wrong with me. But that's something wrong.
No, I mean, I thought it was curious.
Well, you know, my co-host Sealisms, who's on the Gerudo video with me, once said, they said, "I love whatever's wrong with you," and it's one of my favorite compliments I've received. So succinct. It's by the West Gerudo Ruins.
That's a good one.
Entry condition, Eye of... No, not Eye of the Sandstorm, the Silent Swordswomen, Sandstorm. Okay. Similar shrines, like... No, it's not an electricity family. This one just sucks. This one is uniquely very negative. This one is so ass. It's so ass. grab the ball and open the door. Or don't.
True.
Any electricity will open the door that leads to the end of the shrine. Or the bonus chest. Bonus chest thoughts, same as the main puzzle. Just fuck it, right? Who cares? Not me.
Yeah, exactly. It's just that
very short. Very short.
Electric connector is behind the gate, so you actually have to use magnesis.
I've bad, terrible. One of the worst shrines in the game.
I'd say underwhelming again, because it's not actively annoying me.
You know,
and it's kind of fun to hit the thing with an electric.
Okay, I agree. It's not. It's so painless. Like it's bad in my soul. It makes me angry.
Yeah, and that's fair. I agree with that. It's just like a nothing burger type shrine, but it's not really annoying me actively. Okay, now we're going back to Peak, though.
Yes, Fateful Stars, Woodland in the Korok Forest. Entry conditions, I guess reach the Korok Forest, but none, basically. Similar shrines, none. This one stands alone. Memorable, yes, I'd say very positive.
Very positive. Honestly, this shrine on so many levels is like... I wish the entire game, and especially Tears of the Kingdom, would be so much more like that, because that's the closest we're getting in the game to the environmental storytelling, in quotation marks, actually mattering. Like, maybe I'm overhyping it right now, but this idea of just like observing something and paying attention to something, and then the game not really holding your hand too much.
Yeah, I wrote about this a bit when I was doing my bullet points for this section, but I think the worst thing about this shrine is that the kind of abstract thinking that it encourages you to do here is basically never used again.
Yeah, like, true. That's a fair point, and I wish it was. I wish
think
it was.
The closest you get is in Ishto So, where you have to think to pick up the laser. But
yeah, I feel like that's like almost in a different way. That's like you just like push the boundaries of what's normally in games. Like normally when you play games, you think, oh, there's a laser, it's an obstacle. You don't think of picking it up. But in this game, by the way, for everyone who still doesn't know which this one is, it's just the middle, like close to the Master Sword in the Sanctum of Korok Forest, and you have to look at the constellations on the wall. They're just like different like constellations with orange dots, and you have to count them in a way to then put orbs in slots to count the different constellations, like how many is there of this constellation, how many is there of this constellation.
And I think it's worth noting that the constellations in question are like repeated assets that appear in basically every shrine. This is the only shrine where these decorative elements actually matter, so you suddenly have to think about how the shrine is decorated. It's kind of obtuse and difficult to figure out, which I'm a fan.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't remember what there's like a little slab that says something.
It's like look to the stars, right? Or something.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Good shrine. I wish there was more like it. The execution is kind of boring, but the figuring stuff out part is fun.
Where is it on the Zelda wiki? I wonder if it says. Yeah, look to the stars for guidance. The constellations are the key. Shout out to the Zelda wiki, by the way. I love you, the Zelda wiki. Okay, main puzzle thoughts requires abstract thinking in an interesting way. Think outside the box. Difficult to figure out. Very unique. Good shit. Bonus chest thoughts.
It's just the same thing.
It's basically the same puzzle again. So there's not much of a figuring out test, but you do have to remember like how many of each ones are, because you have to go back around.
Yeah, exactly. You can't look at the constellations while you are at the orbs.
I guess you could take a picture using the camera rune.
True, which is something that I do like. I think we already talked in the past at some point about the twin memory shrines.
Yeah, which we'll get to.
I recall you not liking them that much, but I actually thought it was a cool idea.
We'll get there in 2097 when we get to part 900 of the stream. Yeah.
Once you make it past the K shrines, it's gonna be quick, surely.
Length, I'd say long if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I remember being in there for quite a bit.
I think I folded and looked this up.
Which
I
made it
don't
satisfying,
remember.
though,
I
because,
actually
like,
remember very little of my first playthrough of this game. But I think I looked this up. I wish I hadn't, but I think I did.
Yeah, I don't think I did, and that made obviously figuring it out satisfying. It's like, oh, okay. But I will say this then ruined the exact. Basically, they did this again in Tears of the Kingdom on the Great Plateau, right? Where now instead of constellations, you have to like look at the ceiling, and there's like certain spots glowing where you have to put the orb in. And I had multiple people tell me that they were not able to figure that one out. But to me, I immediately like thought of Kyoryuk inside that shrine.
Yeah. Oh, the Shrine and Tears of the Kingdom, the Kyokugan.
Yeah, the one. Yeah. Where the things are like lit up on the ceiling.
My mom doing that shrine was physically painful to watch.
I can definitely see how this like people won't get that one, especially if they haven't done Kyoryuk.
Yeah, she's like, well, she had done Kyoryuk for what it's worth. She's like, well, there's like circles on the floor and on the walls. And
Right.
Hayato and I are like, uh-huh, and where else? There's a great line at the end where she's like, oh, it can't be that simple. And then it was, in fact, that simple.
Yeah.
Shout out to my mom. Gotta be one of my favorite gamers. I would give this one a great. This is a great shrine for me.
Yep. Same.
And then, speaking of great shrines, we have Kiyotoza, Master the Orb. I think this one's in the Hebra region. I think it's cool that the Rivali shrines are each in a different region. One is in the Hebra, one's in Tabantha, and one is in the Ridgeland. Where does this take you? This is the shield surfing one. You like end up at like the Pakia Stone.
You end up where Rook is like under one of those.
Yeah.
Stone ceilings.
Shield surfing. We'll see. Similar shrines. This is kind of like the support and guidance one, or like the water guides, but not really. I think this one pretty much stands on its own. Remember, I'd say I think of this one very positively. In puzzle thoughts, one big puzzle, get the ball to the end of the maze by using your various.
I think it's fair to say it's similar to Harder Hammer, just like a super advanced version of it.
Yeah. I think they're more similar to Sato Koda. I think those two are more similar than they are to this one. Bonus chest thoughts. I don't know where the bonus chest in this shrine is. I don't have any thoughts on where the bonus chest might be.
There's one like at the very top. I don't even remember how you get it. I remember there's a bow in it because we got it in like a speedrun. I mean, just kind of the only thing I guess that's required of you is that you use the track. You actually go over to where the track of the ball is and climb up it.
Oh yeah,
instead of just doing the puzzle.
I can't say I have any particular thoughts on that though. I think that's kind of whatever.
Yeah, no.
Length I would say is medium or maybe long. Might take you a few tries.
It's probably long because it's gonna be a bit of like trial and error.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that you mess it up, but you have to figure out, okay, so how exactly do I have to like construct this?
I think medium for understanding, and then probably hard for execution. You'll probably have to redo it a few times.
But I think the execution again is easy.
You think?
Because the execution is just moving things around, right? Like actual execution. Everything that is about doing it multiple times is just understanding how to set it up.
Okay.
Because I think hard execution is stuff again like Rotojikai, where you have to move your stick precisely to not hit something, where this is literally just moving things around. You just have to actually figure out how to move them around.
Okay, yeah, I think so. So I'd say this one's pretty great. This can be a great from me.
Yeah.
And then speaking from great to not great, it's like, remember Kyoryuk, how that was cool? Now what if we made it worse and there's motion controls?
Right.
It is a wasteland actually. It's not Gerudo. And then it's outside the Yiga clan hideout.
This is basically exactly, it's just like a box of different colored orbs in there, and you have to count them.
I guess I probably should say that Kyoryuk is similar to Kihiro Mo.
But then again, with the DLC, like extra add-on, because it did it first.
Yeah, I'm indicating when it's DLC for these. I don't think that takes away from it. I just like to indicate it. Memorable, negative. I remember it, but I don't like it.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you would argue, like, why is this so negative if they're so similar? It's not, though, because the thing that made Kyo-Rook great is basically what you said. It's like, it's this constellation that you've seen everywhere, but now it's like more in the focus, and you have to like think outside the box. This is like, it immediately presents you this large box with different orbs inside them, so you already know this is what this has to do. Like, you have to do something about that.
Right.
And then it's literally just like figuring out that you have to count the orbs, which is just kind of boring.
I will say that the bonus chest is actually pretty interesting. Requires some abstract thinking to... It has to occur to you to open the box. And, like, then you've got you take the orb, you let the orbs fall out, and then you count how many metal balls are in there, which I think is cool. I think this is one of the few shrines where, like, the bonus chest is, like, I prefer it to, like, the actual puzzle on offer.
Ah, wait, I just looked at it again. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Looking at it right now, is there any like indication that you can open the box?
Well, no, but the balls that you need to collect are metal, so you will be naturally switching to magnesis, and I think that will cause you to look around and notice that you can
move. Okay, true.
Which I think is cool. I think that's a nice little subtle bit of game design.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'd say this one is long or medium. Long, assuming that you have to figure out the puzzle, the bonus chest as well. Difficulty understanding, I'd say hard, I think. Especially if you somehow managed, like, there's no fucking way you missed Kyo-Rook, but, like, I don't know.
No, and I'd say the main part, no, the main part I'd say is, like, medium or whatever, but I'd say with opening the box, it's definitely hard. Execution, though, is obviously just very easy again. Well, actually, I'd say easy because you have to use motion controls to make sure that you like look at it, and that's actually part of the execution, that you like count it correctly and don't get confused.
Yeah.
So I'd say easy then execution. Not very easy.
So easy execution, and then do we think medium for difficulty?
I'd say hard if you include the bonus chest.
Okay, yeah. I think so. I'm not a fan of this one. I'm like kind of whatever. But actually, like, talking about the bonus chest has kind of made me appreciate it more.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure, like, looking at it now, if I have ever gotten the bonus chest. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the only reason I know about it is because I used to fall asleep to Zeltic's shrine video, like, every night.
Oh, and he talks about it?
Yeah, which is part of the reason that I initially was able to memorize so many of the shrines, is because I used to fall asleep listening to the fucking Zeltic video. Which is a goated video, by the way. He's got such a great...
I definitely watched it.
Yeah, I mean, I think any Zeltic video that's like an hour plus long is going to be goated for sleeping. He's got such a relaxing voice.
True.
Shout out to my close personal friend Zeltic. I made a joke. I don't know if you saw our collab video where we talked about like the missing things between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
I did.
I made a joke at the beginning of the video. It's like, oh, this is a collab with a niche YouTuber called Zeltic, and I get comments like every week that are like, you know Zeltic is like a way bigger YouTuber than you, right? You know that he's got way more subscribers? I'm like, no, I didn't know that. I didn't realize at any point during writing, recording, or editing that video that Zeltic has like 11 times the audience that I do. And also, I've been watching him since I was 15. Like, they couldn't possibly be joking. I mean,
it's actually so funny because I'm gonna go on like a small side tangent here, but there is like one of my friends is like an Elden Ring creator, and he made like a April Fool's joke about, can I beat the game with only this weapon, this notoriously overpowered weapon that makes the game very easy, right? And the video did really well. It got like 1 million views plus. And I was like, oh, so many people are aware of this funny joke that they all thought it's funny, and that's why they clicked it. But in reality, all of the comments are like, well, I used this weapon in my casual playthrough. I wasn't aware that I was doing a challenge run. Lol, cool. Like, that's how unaware people are like on YouTube. I feel like it's wild.
Yeah, never underestimate YouTube commenters' ability to miss the point. I even got commenters genuinely angry. They're like, I can't believe you're so arrogant. You think Celtic is niche? You must have a huge ego. It's like, no, it's a joke.
Oh my joke challenge.
Oh my god.
Stuff.
So my rating.
Okay, anyway, I think this is an underwhelming shrine.
Yeah, I agree. I also think it's very funny that I've started like, it's like halfway between like catchphrase and vocal stem. For some reason, I've started saying "oh my god" instead of "oh my god," but I feel like it's like offensive. I feel like
no, like it's not.
In your company.
But I'm interested. How did you pick that up?
I don't know. I just think it's funny. I think actually.
Oh my god.
It might be from the. Have you seen the Tumblr post that's like, "No, little German boy, don't go in the weed cave"?
I mean, I feel like I've seen the No Little German Boy type setup, but I don't know about the Wheat Cave specifically. I just feel like I hear a lot of people. I know this is like popular, like Counter-Strike streamer Pixel, who is like using German a lot, and I feel like a lot of other streamers have picked up saying stuff like "Scheiße" or like "Nein" because of him. But I feel like I hear that more now, just random German thrown in.
Yeah, I sent it to you in the Discord DM.
Oh mein Gott. This is ein cave full of Blühensmoken. True.
We need Skitty True in chat from people who have the Skitty True emote. Okay, Kutakar, the Gerudo region. It's in the Gerudo Highlands. Is it in a specific location? Well, I'm glad you're not.
I guess Yiga hideout kind of is what I would say almost. Like not quite. I guess it's like close to the apparently
the Laparo Mesa, yeah.
But I still kind of think of it as like close to the Yiga hideout.
Yeah, it is kind of close to that. Entry condition inside a giant block of ice. Similar shrines, kind of Misai Suma. Kind of, because there's an ice block involved. Memorable, I'd say positive.
You mean the outside of Misai Suma, basically?
Oh no, oh yes, right. Well, at the shrine quest for it.
Yeah.
I started saying "oh my god" like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's been catastrophic.
It's not offensive. Feel free to use "oh my god."
It's silly. It's like, why is the cat speaking German? For what reason? It's to appeal to my apparently enormous German audience.
Is that so? I mean, I feel like they're like usually in the top 5 of like every gaming content.
Yeah, I think it's like I think they're number 3 or number 4 actually. I think like
I'm not surprised. I think it's usually like Canada, US, and then maybe UK, and then there's somewhere usually.
Yeah, I think in the last 28 days, Germany's number 4, and then all time, it's Let's give YouTube a second to think. My main puzzle thoughts. It's always worse than I remember.
It is not that fun. It's really fun speedrunning shrine, but that doesn't count. I don't know if you've seen the speedrun start for this one.
Yes, where you use stasis on the ice block.
You do like a stasis launch on the
top of the room. It's awesome.
Yep.
People doing Word documents instead of tier list now. I mean, I could do a tier list, but you know. Bonus chest thoughts? I don't know where the bonus chest is here. I don't have any thoughts. I'd say this is a long shrine though. If you do it the intended way anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 4.6% of my lifetime audience has been in Germany. So shout out to I just looked up mine.
It's actually 6.2%.
Well, I mean, that kind of makes some more sense for you because I.
But I mean, I don't do German content.
Well, I guess that's fair.
I do English content with a German accent, sure, but I'm assuming it's similar for you. Then I have like US, UK, Germany, Canada, Australia.
Yeah, it's me too, but it's US, UK, Canada, Germany, Australia.
Okay. I mean, Canada and Germany are like 0.5% apart from you.
Yeah, for me, it's a bit more. It's 6% Canada and 4.6% Germany. Hamza says, I don't like how Wallahi has been the new slang the masses have picked up. Are we for real? It is definitely interesting. I've noticed a bunch of Arabic slang has been sort of picked up and thrown around a bit. I feel like I'd rather people, at least they're using it correctly, I guess. Like they understand what the word means and are using it in correct context. Like it's better than some like usage of like AAV. I feel like that gets like brutally butchered. At least they're using Wallahi correctly, you know. But you know, that's my white plushy take. Take that with a grain of salt. Okay, difficult. But
that's been around for like a long time. No, that's like the speed clip. It's not like a year ago or something. But I guess people are using it more now.
Yeah, I think I don't know what to attribute that to. Maybe it's the power of Instagram Reels.
Maybe. Sorry, anyway, we are almost past the cave shrine, so we gotta hurry up here. The difficulty in this one and understanding is as easy as it gets because you're being told what to do.
Yes, I agree. Literally, the Kutakar is like, do this for me, please.
But that actually ends up making it so that the execution is not free, and it's maybe medium because you might not figure out a part correctly.
Yeah, or you might burn it, or like you might have
you get too close to the fire,
or you might have, and this is like a kind of random, kind of specific thing, but it's also possible that you have like a fire weapon equipped to open up the shrine, and you forget to unequip it, and then you're melting the ice cube way faster by accident.
That's actually probably happened to people, yeah. Although the fire weapon kind of sucks compared to fire arrows for opening it up, but some people have still done it.
I'd say this one is like an almost. I wish they took it a bit further.
Yeah, I agree. It's again, in terms of gameplay, it's just not my favorite because it's just like slow, because you have to carry the block all the time, and it's just you just walk slow with it.
Yeah.
But it's still almost because it's a cool idea.
It is a very cool idea.
And I preferred over the ice house quest because it's not also in the hot weather and it's always your fault. There's no enemies like pressuring you.
Yeah. This is the issue is Wallahi is a religious thing. Like, yeah, we do sometimes use it jokingly, but at least we know what it's supposed to mean, its importance. I see that. Like, again, obviously it's not my place to be the arbiter of when it's appropriate to like use other languages slang, especially if you're like kind of just throwing it around. Though I will also say that I feel like religious things get turned into like secular exclamations all the time. Like, how often do people say Jesus Christ regardless of their emotions, regardless of their religion, just as like an exclamation? Like I feel like that's kind of like an inevitable thing that happens with language, but also I understand the frustration. Like I can see it. I see the vision. Klaus But No Santa says, "Hi, I just want to let it be known that I've watched the I Hate Tears of the Kingdom video so many times that I use it as a unit of time measurement. Right now I'm making a sweater in a knitting machine and I think it will take me like 3 to 4 times of the video." That's awesome. Thank you for paying my bills. And Malia, Secret Stairway. This is one of my favorite shrines in the game, actually. I think this one's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. I'd say, I mean, it's different, but it has a bit of harder Hama vibes again, but like not really because you're not building a path for an orb. It's just really the idea of like using vertical Cryonis blocks to do stuff. But I guess it's not similar enough.
Waterfall. Yeah, I see what you mean. I think it's the most similar to like the Tatarok shrine from Tears of the Kingdom, where you have to build the.
Yeah.
Except this shrine's cool and all, but it would be nice if you could strap a rocket to your shield and skip the whole thing. I think that would make the game better and not worse. Ugh. My stupid Chungus life. I hate.
They tried to prevent that a little bit, I think, in Tatarok, because there's like a little metal gate in front. You can still do it, by the way, but it's not as easy or seamless as in other shrines.
Yeah. Yeah, they tried a little bit. You could still fucking do the recall trick also. Still kind of rubs me the wrong way. I know some people mind more or less than I would. I mean, that's fair. I mean, you're more than entitled to your opinion. I am definitely not going to tell you how to feel. I'm simply thinking out loud. I think you are more than entitled to feel the way that you do. And I totally see that. All right, memorable, very. I think I have a very positive memory of this shrine. It's one of my favorites. I'm always talking about this. I think it's very cool. It requires you to use your different runes in tandem with each other, which a lot of the shrines just straight up don't ask you to do. which I think is disappointing. It's more of a condemnation of the other shrines than like something particularly good about this one.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's very simple in design. It's just a bunch of like metal boxes on rails, but with the systems of the game, it makes it into like a really interesting puzzle.
Yeah. And I think like there are a bunch of different like solutions you can do. You can use just stasis. You can, or no,
you can push like one box with another box. You can use like
stasis,
like you said, you can use stasis. You
it's
can
fun.
cryonis.
You can also stasis launch to the top and kind of skip it, which I'm kind of agnostic on. You can also do like a physics exploit with cryonis. Like you can go into bullet time as the cryonis block is pushing the metal thing up and launch yourself to the top of the room really fast.
Yeah, I looked at the bonus list, and there's a missing one. There's one where you just kind of have to grab it. You have to like make the boxes go high enough first to be able to reach it. But it doesn't seem to like add like an interesting extra layer like the Hero Mo one.
Yeah. It's a good shrine. Yeah, where's the...
It's just at the top. Like you have to move the boxes all the way to the top, and then it's on a platform. If you have the boxes all the way at the top, you can just grab it.
Oh yeah, oh my god. There's a cute diagram on the Zelda dungeon wiki where they they demonstrate how to get there. It's actually adorable. I've never seen this before. How cool.
Yeah, but basically, it's just more of the puzzle to be able to reach it.
Well, there's no H. Ma Elia. No, there's not an H at the end. I thought there might be because of the... I thought it would, like, match. Cool. Length, I think medium or long. Medium, I think. I don't think it's long enough to be long. But we might take a while to think of it, actually.
Yeah, I think for most people it'll be long because it's a pretty complex puzzle, even though it looks basic at first.
The first time I played this shrine, I was I think it was while I was like recovering from surgery, and I was like, or maybe it was either surgery or COVID. It was one of the times that I was intoxicated playing this game because I had nothing else that I had to be doing, and this shrine was straight up too hard for me to figure out while I was high. Like I had like a gummy or something, and I just could not for the life of me figure out how to solve this puzzle. It was just too hard for me, which
it's definitely
I never experienced with like Tears of the Kingdom ever, no matter how high I got. I was like, well, I'm not smart enough for this. I need to come back here when I'm sober. Difficulty understanding, I'd say medium. And then execution, or maybe hard actually.
I'd say hard, and then execution is relatively. It's probably easy again because you have to, like you said, you have to like switch around with the runes and use them in tandem. So it's not very easy.
It might be medium actually, because I think like, especially if you are switching around, I think you can make it easier or harder for yourself. You know. I think it's low, medium, or high easy. I'd say it's low, medium. Okay, yeah. I'd be more inclined to put it in medium, just because of the swapping between the runes, especially if you're like you do stasis and then you break the ice cube and then you lift it up or you make another one, or I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's also the limit of the 3 cryo blocks and stuff that you have to pay attention to.
Yeah. I'd say this one is great. It's easy, great shrine. All right, Hamza, have fun with Mario Party.
For me, I think every DLC shrine other than the ones we talked about is going to be in great.
And then, speaking of great, here is Maka Ra, Steady Thy Heart. This is a shout out to Zelda. This is his favorite shrine. This is in Hebra, right at Lake Kilsey. And then to get in, you have to like find a cave entrance in the cliffside and swim through the underground river. Similar shrines. It's kind of like Rotochiga.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, and then it also has like the there's metal balls rolling towards you thing from the K-Ramah hill. It's like a mix. Because it does like the thing that they do in the Toki Shrine or whatever in Tears of the Kingdom as well, where like, oh, surprise boulder falling from the sky, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I think it's still like unique enough. It's like a bit of a mix of everything, but
yeah. Well, yeah, it's a DLC. I think it could be building on that idea. I don't think I don't think.
Well, actually, I forgot about the starting section. True, it has like that rotating thing with the spikes where you have to like walk in the right line, right?
True, it's gonna be very positive in terms of how memorable it is for me.
I know, like I always rank this as one of my favorite shrines as well, but I think also, and like I said, I watched the Zeldic video and I agree with that. It feels like the outside like contributes quite a lot to it. It's like, oh, this feels like hidden away. It's like in a secret cave, and there's like a area you have to like swim through to even get there. Once you're like inside, I feel like for me it's just positive. Like the inside is like fine. It has a little bit of everything, but it's not like a tried of power.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I guess it's hard to know how much the exterior skews it. I could go with just positive. I mean, I like it a lot. I think even just for what it is, I think if it was out in the open, it would still be one of the better shrines in the game. I like the range.
Good variants. I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Lots of different things, and they don't feel too disconnected. Like it's not like a Dumbatog where it's like, okay, I'm just doing random bullshit. Like I like how they all have kind of like the high cortisol through line.
Yeah. It's like, oh, there's like rolling bolts. Oh, there's like I have to be careful how to move around here. Oh, there's guardians shooting me. I agree. The bonus just that one in that guardian room? No, there's another one surely, right? Oh, there's another one that's like hidden behind blocks that you can break.
Yeah, but nothing's
but they're pretty basic. Yeah. They're completely basic. Yeah.
Difficulty in terms of understanding. I say it's pretty easy to understand. You just get to the end. It's like obstacle course.
There's no real.
I'd say
puzzle
medium execution.
Yeah, you have to stop the boulders somehow, and you have to be careful that you don't hit the spikes at the start. Agreed. And to me, it's gonna be a good shrine personally. If we're saying interior, like exterior would be great.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Setup, but.
And then we've got from good to kind of shit. We got Meza low, which I think is Lenevru technically. Or no, it's Hateno. It's like just barely.
Yeah.
It's like on the Rabia plain. This is the crowned beast.
The deer one, the stag one, I guess. You have to tame the stag, and then you ride on the platform, as Carl says, and then there's like a laser in the middle that you like turn around.
It's a kind of similar to like yeah, there's a laser and like a thing you have to launch or something. I don't know. All I remember about the shrine is that it's like kind of disorganized in terms of its identity and just painfully mid.
It is kind of mid. You kind of stand in the middle and then you like turn the center in a way where you can like reach the end. It's hard to describe, but if you've done it, like the one of the stag, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's a good shrine quest, but I definitely think the shrine is a letdown. I'd say I have a pretty negative association with this one because it's like such a fall off in quality compared to like the process of opening it.
One thing that will definitely determine the shrine in terms of your own enjoyment a little bit is if you're at this point, which I don't think I was, if you know that you can stasis the laser. Because I don't think I knew, so I had to constantly like put something in there. I think I was like shooting arrows. I don't even know how I did it. I was moving something in front of the laser constantly, and it made it a lot more annoying.
Yeah.
But if you already know that you can do that, it becomes like even more mid. I actually probably made it more interesting by not knowing about that. Because if you don't know about that, you have to always shoot the little crystal, right? But if you know about it, you can just unstasis and stasis the laser to like re-hit it.
Yeah, it's not very interesting. It's medium length only because you might have to like figure out what to do. but it's like not.
Yeah, and then you have to like take a couple steps, and then, like I said, every time you have to like hit the crystal again, it slowly turns to the next bit and then to the next bit. It's just bits, and it's like
it's gonna be underwhelming
a bit
for me.
tedious. Yeah.
And here we go to Miro Shaz.
Oh boy.
Everyone's
this
favorite.
is the gold shrine, the stasis gold shrine.
Entry condition none, similar shrine none, memorable, very negative, or just negative. I think I've grown up a bit.
Yeah.
Hey, puzzle thoughts. It's easy enough. Bonus chest thoughts kill me. Long. What is there even to say about this one? The worst thing about this shrine, it wouldn't even be so bad if hitting the ball didn't cost durability.
Yeah, like, true.
It's trial and error, and it's punishing you.
That would be one easy way to fix it. There really isn't much more to say other than that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I thought I would have more to say about this. Historically, it's been one of my least favorite. I'd say it's very easy to understand, and the execution, easy for the main one and hard for the second one. So
yeah, it's like well, the thing is, yeah, for the casual player, yeah, because for all of these orbs, eventually they're like setups, right? Which you could say this counts towards understanding. It's just a casual player will never understand, like, oh, if I hit this with like a long weapon 4 times, then with a small weapon once, I will always hit it. That's not something you figure out in your casual playthrough. But
or like
once you quote unquote know that, the execution becomes easy.
Okay, so maybe it is understanding is hard and execution.
I think it isn't understanding. The difficulty isn't understanding. Execution is just like hitting it 5 times or 4 times.
But there's also the question of the angle and like, especially for the bonus chest, like, are you moving it to the right spot? Yeah. Isn't the point of trial and error that you get punished? I mean, like, in theory, but Breath of the Wild doesn't punish you in basically any other context for your trial and error, so it just kind of feels like a slap in the face. Like, why is this the place where, like, you fuck up my hammer? Like, I don't know.
But I disagree. I think trial and error, like, the way it usually punishes you is by wasting your time, not by additionally punishing you, which I guess you could say, yeah, getting a different weapon is like an additional punishment, or like reloading your save is like an additional way of punishing your time. But normally when you try an error on a puzzle, instead of thinking about it this entire time and then doing it quote unquote first try after you spend your time thinking about it, I think the punishment is just that it takes you longer.
Yeah.
That would be happening either way, even if you didn't use durability. It's just like another tedious step on top of it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this one. I'd give this one a bad. Like, it's not as bad as I used to believe it was. Like, I would have at some point called this my least favorite shrine in the game. I don't think it's that bad, but I do not enjoy it. It could be a bad for me. Maybe underwhelming. I don't know.
Yeah. Honestly, it's hard because the one thing that adds to it is like the change of the camera, and I think initially that's a cool thing. It's like, oh, this is like Wii Sports or something. The camera switches to like the overlooking camera that sets up that shows me where the shot is gonna end up. But that makes, like, I feel like the retries even more tedious, because the camera is always gonna show you what happens and then switch back to you. I don't know if I would call it a bad shrine, though, because, again, the idea, I think, of just playing golf in this game is kind of cool. But they were also... It's actually surprising how much they did this. They do it here, they do it in Miro Shaz, they do it in Katosa Orc, then there's, like, the mini game where you essentially play golf.
Oh, yeah.
And then in Tears of the Kingdom, we did, like, another golf shrine, but this time it's with, like, recall.
Which one?
Oh no, it's not even recall. There's an ultra hand golf shrine.
Oh yeah. Kama Tukis, a precise strike.
Yeah, Like they just love golf.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking if I want to put it bad or underwhelming. I'd say like there's even a part of me that wants to call it almost because I like the idea, and then it was at least still original. I feel like the more they did it, the more boring it became. Actually, okay, I think I'm going to put it in almost because I think there's ways you could have made this good. Like, for example, making it so that you get infinite tries without breaking your like iron sledgehammer. And then initially I think, oh, this is cool. We're playing golf now. And then, like I said, that camera switch is like, I was like reminded of like Wii Sports, where every time you hit like the golf ball, the camera switches to like a similar view as well. It's just that with the bonus chest and you needing many tries and potentially breaking your weapon, it becomes annoying. And that's why I feel like it's almost, because it could have been good. Anyway, that's my idea.
Okay, I hear it. Okay, I just a quick time and energy check. We've been live for 3 hours now.
How close are we to halfway points? Because we could say halfway is fine.
Are we even halfway?
I don't know. What way are you suggesting? What way are you going to suggest?
Let me see how many we have left. We have. Oh my goodness. We still have oh no, I fucking deselected by accident. Oh, it's so sad. I was counting them in my spreadsheet, but now I've lost them. All right, well, we'll never know. It's a lot though. We have a lot left still. Like
yeah.
Maybe we should do through. Let's do Moakid, and then we can pick up next time with Moglatan. I know you and I both like that one.
Yeah, sounds good.
So Moakid, Metal Makes a Path is in the Elden region by the Foothill Stable. There's no entry condition, and it is very similar to the Stasis tutorial.
Yeah.
Sorry, so
the balls are faster, and that's basically the difference.
Memorable, it's forgettable. Main puzzle thoughts, you just use the metal ball, stop the stone balls from killing you. It's boring. Bonus chest thoughts.
Wait, I'm trying to remember, like, can you not just use stasis for both parts?
No, because they're continuously rolling down at you and you need to push up against them by using the metal ball.
Yeah, but can't you use like stasis very early on the second part so that the stasis ball blocks the other ones?
Maybe. It wouldn't surprise me. I don't think that makes it any more interesting or fun, though. I think it's...
No, it doesn't. It definitely doesn't. Like, if anything, I was going to say it makes it less good because you literally just do the same thing twice again and just move on.
Yeah, I'd give this an underwhelming at best.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you stasis the stone orb, like as it's still falling down, it'll like block the other ones from falling out. So you can technically use stasis twice, it becomes even more boring.
Yeah, I'd have to check on that. I guess we can do Moglatan as well. I feel like.
Yeah, let's end on a high note. I'd say.
So that's Ridgeland, Satori Mountain. No entry condition. There are not really any similar shrines to this one. Memorable, I'd say positive. This is the shrine where I learned to wind bomb, which is a terrible shrine to learn to wind bomb in because of all the stuff hanging out from the ceiling.
Yeah,
I digress.
This is like notoriously a shrine where even like the best speedrunners of all shrines would like just fail the wind bomb.
Yeah, I don't know why this is the one where I decided to learn.
Right
Trial by fire, I guess. Main puzzle thoughts. I mostly like the puzzles in here. I think they're a little random at times. Like they're kind of disconnected from each other. Like the swinging stuff is cool, and then you have the balls to swing back and forth, or you can tie them to the ceiling. Both good options. But then you have like the staircase, and then you have to like burn the foliage, which doesn't really feel related, and getting the chest doesn't really feel like it. like is related to the stuff you have to like make the staircase. It's kind of tedious. It's good, but it's like kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, the part where you like have to magnesis the spike balls around so that you don't get hit. I feel like it does a good job at making it like similar to Makara, like high cortisol spikes happening all the time.
Assuming you actually do it side to side and you don't just like attach it to this. Like what I always do is just like loop it around the balls and the bars in the ceiling.
Right, and then just no thread anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say this is a longer shrine.
For sure, longer shrine. I was gonna ask you, do you know the pre-wind bomb speedrun strat?
Yes, the stasis launch with the bridge.
Yeah, okay, you know it. Okay, yeah, that's one of the gold strats. But that's like honestly probably the reason I got into all shrines when I saw that, because I thought it was so cool.
It is very cool. I'd say it's easy to understand. I think it's pretty straightforward. It's just an obstacle course. And then execution, I'd say, is probably medium, maybe. You know, there's like some timing. You have to make the staircase could be a little tedious.
Yeah, I think it's if this was like a one-hit obliterator shrine, this would actually be hard. But
yes,
I think
no doubt, especially if falling kills you instantly.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be a fun idea for a video. Is like I did every shrine with the one-hit obliterator.
That would be fun. I never thought of that. Yeah, and that's probably not too hard to do, to like mod it or something. Hack it in. Yeah.
Interesting.
Like it might even be possible. It's been a while that I counted with the glitches. Might even be possible to do it without mods by doing some like SCW shenanigans.
Oh,
but,
maybe.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget about good old Skitty if you ever make that video. It'll be your triumphant return to content.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, like now I'm interested because I'm wondering like what would be the hardest shrine.
I mean, I'd watch it.
Yeah, maybe when I randomly get inspired one day.
All right. So I would give this a good. I'd say this is a good shrine.
Yeah, it's just good. It's just good.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming to the show. I think we got probably about halfway through. We got like 1, 2, 3.
I think that sounded right. I think earlier when we were like in the middle of the K shrines.
11, 12,
I mean, even looking at the page number, it should be about the middle.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. There's 41 to go. So we're like more than halfway.
Halfway, right? Even more than halfway, yeah.
I think we're more than halfway. So I'd say we probably have like one more. Like we have definitely a part 2 shrine in the future. Hopefully, probably next week sometime. Yeah. Assuming, I don't know, depending your availability. I wish we can talk about it off the stream. But
yeah, I was gonna say it depends on if we can make it work either on stream or off stream. But it looks like the list is coming along.
Yeah, it's looking good. I think, and this has been very helpful. I think it's really gotten me back in the shrine brain rot headspace. So I thank you for that, and thanks for coming on. I had a great time. Here's hoping chat also enjoyed and wasn't too like, I feel like their eyes start glazing over. Like we're describing like the inside of a shrine that we can both see in our mind's eye, but they have to like just kind of take our word for it.
Yeah, no, I was trying to like describe them as well as possible, but obviously not everyone has seen them as much. Although I do think I saw some people in chat earlier that I know were probably envisioning just as much, because there's a lot of people that really like this game and really
some of the shrines are just iconic. Well.
True. I mean, Mirror Shah is like the best example. I feel like almost everyone that's played the game will have a memory about that shrine.
For better or for worse. All right, well, thanks so much, and thank you to everyone who came to stream, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you again for joining me, and thanks for watching. Have a good one, everybody.
Bye bye.